I chose a bad time to eat this.
Hello everyone, and welcome to this newest edition of Adeptus Podcastus. This is Remleiz from 40K Theories, alongside Michael from Tactica, Imperialis, and EgoQueenAlexis. And joining us this week is our special guest, Dr. White, aka the Finial Paint Sky of the Alpha Legion. So firstly, everyone, how is everyone doing today?
I have had a day and a half.
That about sums it up as well.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
Uniform. Exquisite.
Glad to see everyone's doing so well.
4 hours of computing lab. Cut me some slack.
Ooh, that's harsh.
So
I don't know, I've been sitting on my butt all morning. I have nothing to complain about.
Typical. So let's kick things off with what's in the news this week. The Custodes and the Citizens of Silence have their new rules and formations revealed, and Custodes have a new grav tank revealed, which looks stupid.
Like a bar of deodorant.
It looks like it belongs. It's
Floating deodorant bar.
It reminds me of the 30k jet bikes, to be fair.
It reminds me of the fucking hover tank from XCOM, the original one.
It reminds me of a Tau vehicle.
Ugh.
You know,
I
no,
disagree.
Eldar, it's too sleek for Tau. Tau are like Lego people.
Well, it could be Eldar, considering how much like fucking the Imperium dicked about in the Warp in the Golden Age.
True, but to me it looks too boxy to be Eldar.
It reminds me of the. Go on.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
It just makes me think of the Legion jet bikes. It fits the same theme, so I've got no reason to complain about it.
It looks a lot sleeker and a lot like it's closer to being an emulation of... Because it looks to me like they've tried to copy Eldar tech, which makes sense since they tried to copy the webway and that kind of shit. So, you know.
It's
Yeah.
like, was it copy or was it hijack? Did the Imperium actually try and make its own webway, or did they just try and nick it off the Eldar? I always forget.
Considering the Eldar didn't make the webway in the first place either.
Yeah, true. That was the old ones.
So it's just like, hey, can we join too? No, go away. Too late. Good job, you broke it.
Good point.
In fairness, it was Magnus who broke it.
Trying to be helpful.
And
Hey,
failing.
I feel so bad for Magnus. He has such a bad rap. He basically fell to chaos because he felt bad.
Yeah.
There's a reason he's my favourite Primarch.
It's because it's
I-
lactating horn nipples.
Head nipple time. Oh, God. Gotta love
Uh,
Workshop and their remake.
hey, I've wondered this for a little bit, and I know this is we're just getting right off topic immediately.
Yeah.
That's what we do.
How come Conrad Kurz wasn't reborn in the warp? Like, you know how some of the Traitor Primarchs, when they're defeated or killed or whatever, they simply come back because fuck,
They're demons.
well, that's
They're
chaos.
demons. Kurz wasn't a demon.
Yeah,
He
he
hadn't
kind of
offended at
just
that point.
sat there and let himself die.
Yeah, he predicted. He saw his own death.
Oh, yeah, because he had that whole
Piled
prediction of it. Like, I'm gonna fucking die now, aren't I?
Pretty
He,
much.
also, he was also, I think, the first person to predict the heresy. It was either him or Mortarion, because Mortarion worked out that something bad was going to happen on the back of Horus being War Master, and Kurz got absolutely bitch slapped by Rogel Dawn for saying, "There's something bad coming, brother on brother. You should be careful." And Dawn basically bitch slapped him for it.
Don't say that, little bitch. That's rude.
I think it was Kurz who predicted it, because he kept saying how he had visions of the Great Eye, and obviously referencing the Eye of Horus.
But anyway, back to the Custodes.
Yes.
Yes.
Back to the
I have
custard
their
pies.
I have their stat line up, but my computer's being slow. Hang on.
It's pretty much
That's 'cause you've got
everything's
them.
5, isn't it?
It's so many fives.
Yeah. Yeah. 1 second. My computer skipped War Gear instead of going to them.
Yeah, so like 2 wound Terminators with strength and toughness 5. And they
Yep,
only cost
that-
like 10 points
That's
more.
strike at initiative
And
with
that.
AP2 weapons.
Oh,
and
God.
they-
And that.
And they Overwatch with Ballistic Skill 2, which is whatever.
Only if they have a certain loadout. If
Yes.
if you take that away, you get Storm Shields.
Which I would totally do.
It's
Anyway,
10 points more, but yes.
They're 260 points base. Weapon skill 5, ballistic skill 5, strength 5, toughness 5, 2 wounds, initiative 4, attacks 3, 10 leadership, 2+ save. Holy crap.
5 dudes.
That's fucking terrifying.
Just
yes. The one thing that they don't have currently is they don't have a transport, so you do have to start them out in the open. And if you're not going first,
bulky?
Yes, you can throw them into a Spartan or a Land Raider.
Yeah, because rhinos and stuff can't carry bulky, if I remember correctly.
But here's the major weakness of them immediately. Now with formations, they can easily join any Imperial army, whatever.
Yep.
They have to start outside of a transport. Okay.
Even if they're battle brothers.
Yes, that is new FAQ. If they start outside of a transport, every opponent is going to barrage the hell out of them because they're Custodes.
But here's the problem.
Target number 1.
Unless you've got literally strength 10 or 1,000 las cannons, you can't kill them.
No, one barrage from a quad team would kill them. Like very easily.
No, not quad guns. Quad what?
You know which ones I'm talking about. I can't think of it right now. I know our comments are going to go crazy, just being like, guys, stop being retarded. It's this.
Stop being dumb. It's okay. I don't even know anything. Real talk, though, in that case, like, considering their point cost, they could be really, really effective distraction carnifexes.
They are the ultimate distraction carnifex.
Yes, because they take fire off of your own bigger things. Like, they take fire off of your super heavies and your Spartan. Which I currently don't have. I really want a damn Spartan.
But the question then becomes, is it worth loading them into a Land Raider and turning them from Distraction Carnifex into Ultimate Death Star?
Yes.
Is it worth it to pay for a Land Raider, even if... Because like that 260 points, if that gets blown off the board over the 2, maybe 3 turns your opponent will need, then that's probably saved enough stuff that the Land Raider's paid for that it's paid for a Land Raider. So it's I don't know, it depends how you want to run them, I suppose.
Considering I play a lot of 30k, I'm going to say right now, them being barraged off the table turn 1 is very, 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 very likely. Like, I'm going to probably immediately target them and kill them.
Yeah,
but if you're keeping, like, breachers or tactical support squads near that Land Raider, just in case, like, oh, the Custodes died, whatever, I'm going to throw the support squad in there and drive up on you with Volkite, Plasma, or Melta, it still makes its points back because you're still deleting you're still trading unit for unit.
True. I mean, I'm looking at it in terms of 40k with my Tau, and I'm like, I think Tau is one of and Eldar are the nastiest counters to Custodes for 2 reasons. 1, they're fast, and 2, they can get AP2 everywhere. Tau has Plasma, Tau has Ion, Rail, Fusion.
Yeah, pretty much everything
they sit behind a Void Shield.
And Eldar has Rending. Everything is flipping Rending in Eldar.
Yeah, and my cult will just rip right through these guys.
Are you sure? Because they've got 2 wounds to throw and can have a 3-up invul, and it can slow you down.
Yeah,
if I throw the first curse at them, it doesn't matter how many of them there are. I'm getting like 90 attacks. They're going to die. The first curse, the first curse literally just points to a unit. I rolled a 6. I'm deleting that unit.
I don't like those guys anymore. Take them off the table.
Yes. And then your opponent spends the entire turn barraging the hell out of them. And they could survive because, well, whatever, they have an invo save for no reason at all. I don't understand that. It's because they're acrobatic. Last time I checked, nothing can move faster than a freaking fusion gun or a plasma gun or any type of
literally the speed of light.
Yes.
No, not quite. Fusion and plasma are slower than the speed of light. But the funny thing is, like, witch cults in Dark Eldar, they have dodge and like acrobatic stuff, and the only person who gets the bonuses outside of combat is Lilith Hesperax. So we're basically saying that Gene Stealers are as agile as Initiative 9 Lilith Hesperax. That's basically what we're saying.
Hey, in all fairness, they're both practically naked, so it makes sense. Don't think about it.
But Lilith is Initiative 9. 9 to get a 4-up invuln dodge outside of
The
combat.
Patriarch could take Biomancy and have initiative 10 and kill anything while doing a Hammer of Wrath.
Or I could take Sisters of Silence and then screw over your psychic powers. So let's move on to
Oh
that.
god, yes! Okay,
Oh, actually, before we move on to Sisters, Custodes formation.
I'm at the formation right now. The formation, 1 to 3 Custodian Guard squads. It's called the Golden Legion Task Force.
Yep.
Okay, go Golden Power Rangers.
Yeah.
Shield of the Emperor. Whilst 2 units from this formation are on the battlefield, all models in this formation have a 6+ invulnerable save. That's fucking garbage. Whilst 3 units from this formation are on the battlefield, all models in this formation have a 5+. What the hell's the point if you give them shields?
Because it saves you 10 points a guy, which when you've got 15 Custodians on the table is actually 150 points.
Yeah, that's some nice money there.
And you get a better gun, and you probably get a better close combat weapon.
I'm gonna stick to the shields and keep them, fighting.
Actually, yeah, considering that the base cost of that formation to get the 5-up invulnerable is 780, at that point, 150, you don't really care.
And to be honest, you're not gonna roll these guys up on anybody. I just realized they had freaking deep strike. You're gonna deep strike them.
Oh, Jesus
God.
Christ! Yeah, you could
God.
just liquidate anything with that.
Yeah, Oh, and they have Eternal Warrior. Holy crap, these guys are actually decent.
Yeah.
Adamantium Will, which is expected. Custodes Guard, blah, 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 blah. And they also have this stupid parry rule, which every single person is going to forget in combat. And then complain about. Where is it? It's on one of their weapons.
Is it basically the same as the old 2nd edition parry rule, where basically you get to force opponents to re-roll their best attack dice or something?
Sort of. It's called block. Once per turn in an assault phase, each model equipped with the Guardian Spear can attempt to block a single attack. Okay, this is going to be
Fucking
so
Star
confusing.
Wars style and just ricochet it off it.
Guys,
Oh.
hang on. You need to do your attacks one at a time at each of my Custodes because I can block one attack from each dude. So this is going to take forever.
Oh,
After the
God.
roll to hit has been made, roll a die for each model attempting to block. So all of them that are attempting to block. The result is higher than a roll to hit. The attack is blocked and it has no effect.
I'm assuming each model only gets 1 block per phase.
Yes, I'm assuming one dude has 1 block.
It has to, otherwise they could literally block every attack.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's going to make close combat in 30k and 40k because these guys are allowed in 40k for some reason.
Oh yeah, because they had that new law come out. They were like, "Hey, guess what? They're actually doing things now." Because
Hey, the
people
Custodes left Earth. Why?
Because
What?
that's smart.
Because they were on a mission
okay.
to pick up a secret package from Ultramar.
In all fairness, I've
you-
actually thought about the reasons why the Custodes would leave Earth. Simply put, they killed all of the demons in the webway.
Oh,
I doubt that
Hey,
would
guys,
even be
we're
possible.
oh God! What
I think,
happened?
actually, I reckon
Could you
the more-
imagine that? Because I don't think Chaos can actually spawn demons in there, and if the Eldar are in there, they're going to be repairing the damn thing.
All the access to the webway has been sealed off by the Gate of Cain, which means, yeah, they could actually systematically clean the webway out. That's horrifying.
But wasn't the
Yeah.
Imperial webway itself broken, so demons can literally just pour in through there?
No, the Gate of Cain became a thing because of Magnus. Actually, the Imperial webway got punctured and collapsed mostly. Which means most of the access to the Imperial webway isn't actually access to the Imperial webway, it's actually access straight to the warp, I think, if I'm remembering correctly.
That was the reference made in TTS anyway. If you go anywhere through here, there will be demons. So,
There'll be
yeah.
demons everywhere.
I'm just
Assumedly
imagining
so.
like the Custodes in there, like, fighting demons and everything, and they just see Eldar like running through it with duct tape trying to fix the walls.
Don't mind us!
Just keep them busy. We'll get this
Like,
done.
I'm just seeing them come out of it like, woo, 10,000 years sure takes a toll on you. How are you doing? What the fuck happened? It's just the Imperial
Actually,
Oh,
I-
jeez, that happened.
The other reason I could think of is that after, let's say, 100 years killing demons, they take a short vacation and go and murder something that actually exists instead.
Rabute Gilliman.
Ooh.
Oh.
You just go after Reboot Gilliman?
What's it off as
Why
life
not?
support? Yeah.
Oh, okay.
My God, that's brutal.
There will be many.
Speaking of which, it took literally less than 1 hour of the Custodes mods being revealed for people to Photoshop their own Pilostodes conversions.
Yeah,
And the prize was 0.
No, it's true. Someone Photoshopped the Custodes head onto a Chaos Marauder's body and just had Pilostodia as the caption.
My God.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
as you may have guessed, there will be many text-to-speech references and puns throughout this episode. Even if we don't intend it, it will happen.
Because I'm here and I'm a despicable fucking meme
Oh no,
machine.
I'm talking just about me. Never mind anybody else.
Oh my.
all right, so moving on to the Sisters of Silence, which I'm way more excited about because
And
fucking
I'm fucking
sisters.
terrified about because Thousand Suns.
Oh my God, these girls, they finally GW made girls that look like girls.
Good job.
Let's appreciate that for a minute instead of the
So, to be fair,
horrifying looking sister models.
Thing is,
Oh
the
yeah,
last-
what
the
the spaghetti-armed penitence ones that were just like, I have a giant chainsaw and no muscle whatsoever.
The thing is, the last human female models that GW made, like human, were the sisters. So
Yeah.
they've had plenty of time practicing on human-like things like
Well-
Eldar to
Oh,
sort
yeah,
of
yeah.
get it right now, and
And,
all the entire
Age of
Elven
Sigmar.
race and Age of Sigmar. Yeah, good
Okay,
point.
so Sisters of Silence, weapon skill 4, ballistic skill 4, strength 3, toughness 3, wounds
Yeah.
1, initiative 5, which is awesome, attacks
What?
2. Yeah, they're fast. Attacks 2, leadership 10, 3+ save. All of
Alright.
that is really cool. They have bolt guns, close combat weapons, and psych out grenades, which are the bane of my Tyranids.
Psych-out grenades are nasty.
Oh my God, when they make all of my synapse disappear in one turn and I'm stuck going, well, shit, good game.
Welcome
it
to the
sucks.
eating pit.
On the menu, you.
My God.
But yeah, sisters. I think I know what their formation does. I can't remember exactly what's on their data sheet, but
Okay, so I'm looking at it right now. Sorry,
Oh.
my phone rang. It was somebody. I hung up on them.
it's fine.
How polite.
Whatever, they'll call back if it's important. Or somebody died. It's whatever.
I guess they won't call back then.
Knowing my family, they'll just come after me as a zombie. Anyway,
Why didn't you pick up my cool? Oh God.
You didn't take Walking Dead.
oh God, let's not talk about Walking Dead. That show is boring.
I don't watch it, so skip.
I just ask.
Anyway.
I just ask people. You know it's fake, right? I get a lot
Okay,
of stick
so
for it. Sorry.
special rules for sisters: Bane of Psychers, Fear, Fearless, Psychic Abomination. I think that says, yeah, something like that. 5 sisters for I think 75 points, which is a steal for what they do. You can have up to 20 of them. So imagine a Spartan filled with sisters.
Oh God.
That is horrifying.
So
Door
what do
just
those
opens,
special
they just
rules
start
do then?
falling out.
Yeah, no, they don't come falling out. They come charging out at the nearest psyker and annihilate it.
So what do those special rules do for the people?
I'm trying to get to it really quickly.
You're walking around.
Bane of
and then just
Psychers.
Door opens. Go on.
Oh my God, I'm just imagining like Magnus knocking on the door. Hey guys,
Hello?
Hey guys, I want to actually talk to the Emperor and apologize for. Oh my God!
Stop hitting me, please.
Uh,
No, let's go on.
models of the Bane of Psyker special rule have precision shot. Holy crap!
Ooh.
Precision strike. Oh my God! Thousand Suns. Hey, you have a sorcerer in that squad? No, you don't.
He's gone now.
Hey, nice heavy weapon. Gone. Ooh.
Only against that's
Nice
only against psychers though. So
No. If the unit contains at least one psyker.
if it
No.
contains not at, oh fuck off.
Yeah, precision strike rule when targeting an enemy unit that contains at least one psyker, i.e. a model that with the psyker, Brotherhood of Psyker, sorcerer, or psychic pilot. Special rule.
Oh my.
The unit can reroll failed to hit rolls when targeting those units.
What?
Yeah, so you stick a
It just gets
chaplain
better
with
and
them.
better.
You stick a chaplain with them. You buy 19 of them, stick them in a Spartan, and charge them at any Thousand Sun. It's gone. It doesn't matter. It's gone.
That's
Okay.
Fucking terrifying.
Well, that's terrifying.
Psychic Abomination. All psychers, friend or foe within 12 inches of these model with the special rule have a -3 leadership. Oh, look, hey, Shadow in the Warp made it to 30k.
Hang on, wait. Do they not have adamantium will?
Yes, they do.
I was going to say, I didn't hear you say it. I was very confused.
Actually, I better go back through and check.
The Custodes do. I don't know if you said they did. I missed it.
Yeah, let me go back after I read this rule and check again.
Sure.
Okay, all psychers, friend or foe, that's cool to know, within 12 inches of the models with this rule suffer -3 to their leadership and cannot generate warp charges.
Ooh.
Wow.
Welcome to the bane of like most of those psycho players.
Well, that's
Hey,
the
Eldar,
entire point.
how are you doing? I'm going to drop my sisters right here. You're not going to have fun anymore.
Oh god, yeah, actually, yeah, that's a really, really terrifying tactic. Psychic phase happens before shooting phase. Drop pod next to Seer Council equals instant win.
You can't drop pod allies in anymore.
Oh, never mind then.
Yeah, new FAQ says no.
Oh yeah, of course, it's ready.
Because Super Friends was a thing and it was ungodly overpowered.
Super Friends?
Yes, it's a list using
Imperium
7 different allies. And units harnessing warp charges on a roll of a 6 instead. That's awesome. Okay, so a unit that includes any models with this special rule can never be targeted or affected by psychic powers. Holy crap. Just none of them.
That strikes me as a little bit overpowered.
Bear in mind though, they are toughness 3. They are very easy to kill.
Yeah, but you can make things squishy, but as long as they're still a glass cannon, they can still be overpowered.
Blessings. They are immune to psychic powers, yes, but as long as you're more than 12 inches away, blessings say fuck you.
Bless it harder.
Other units in this, if they're hit by psychic powers or witch powers, they're affected as normal. So if something like scatters over to them, they're affected as normal. They just can't be targeted by it.
That just opens up clever placement then, fair dues.
Yeah, so Eldar can still do their shenanigans and kill the sisters.
Yeah, Vortex of Doom, Beam powers, other large pipeline powers.
Now, if you take a unit of 20, you can spread them out using the 3-inch rule. You can probably spread out that squad a good 12 inches. That quadruples their bubble to 3 foot of the table, not being able to use psychic powers.
That's
bullshit.
Yeah. Psych out grenades, 8-inch, strength 2, AP bleh. Assault 1, blast, psych out. Psych out. If the unit contains at least one model with the Psychic Brotherhood of Psyker Sorcerer, blah blah blah, special rule. If the unit is hit by the weapon with this, just a Psyker suffers Powers of the Warp.
Meh.
Yeah, that's kind of whatever. You might accidentally buff them.
At that point, meh. And their formation, well, let's get to that.
Bring on the formations.
Oh shit! Their weapons are AP2 and strike at initiative.
Only if that's the upgrade. They have course combat weapons are standard.
Yeah,
It's
strength
the upgrade
4. Okay. They're. Hang on, waiting for computer to not be slow. Holy cow! Maybe I shouldn't be processing a video and making a video at the same time.
What are you rendering, anyways? What are you rendering in?
Battle report. ArcSoft.
Oh, not bad.
Yeah, I used to have Sony Vegas Pro until my computer died, and then they were like, I was like, oh, can I just transfer it over to my bigger computer? And they're like, no. Like,
yeah,
why
you know,
not?
like and then they're like, why do people pirate our software so much? I wonder. Yeah, I've had that issue before, and that's why I actually have kept my version of 13 on a flash drive, and I just pirate it every time I bought it. I've got the rights to it. I don't really care. So, sorry, a bit tangential and a bit off topic. I was just.
That's what happens on this podcast. Don't worry about it.
Usually with a lot more swearing involved.
Yeah, usually when Remleiz starts talking.
Pretty much.
Ooh.
Yes, especially when he talked about drunken squats. Anyway, no maiden task force is their formation. 1 to 3 Sisters of Silence squads. When
Special
generating
rules.
warp charges at the start of... player's turn, your opponent adds 1 less dice to their warp pool for each unit in this formation. Holy crap! If there's 15 sisters, they lose 15.
No, each unit after the first, so it's only maximum -2.
Oh, okay. At
Not
the
mod
start of each
unit.
place, opponent adds 1 less dice to.
For each unit from this formation
So-
after the first.
After the first, yeah, so it's -2.
Up to minus.
Yeah, that's whatever. I
But
mean,
when
there's
you
no
also
point in
consider- But when you
taking them in the
consider also
formation.
that, but when you can cover with units up to like 3-4 foot of the board are not allowed to harness, and then anything that so happens to be outside of that, you then lose another 2. Ow.
Yeah,
that seems a bit brutal.
huh.
Just
I like
tad.
I have the answer to this.
Although 1 battle cannon shot gets rid of them.
1 assault cannon salvo gets rid of them. Pretty much. Well, maybe
Yeah.
not assault cannon, but I look at that as sisters. I mean, obviously I'm playing Tau, so I have a sort of different look on it. But even I look at that with my orcs, if I was running Weird Boys, and I'm like, yeah, okay, Psychic's cool, but I've got so many guns that I will just knock them off the board, or I'll just charge them off the board, because they've only got bolters. They're not actually that hitty. They just, if you have Psychers, then fuck you. That's their entire premise.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are just an anti-psyker.
But here's the question I asked this mainly to Alexis, but would you consider them tournament worthy? Is Psychic prevalent enough at tournaments for them to be run?
Yes, without a doubt.
Yeah, from what I recall, and I haven't played in fucking ages, but in recently, because of how they've made the whole new Psychic power is ridiculously useful.
Yeah,
Okay.
Tyrannid's max out on it. The Cult is now maxing out on it. The
Eldar.
Librarian Conclave is taken with pretty much every army, which is stupid.
Eldar don't even need
I
to
hate the ally
explain.
system so much.
There's a good chance Grey Knight.
Yeah.
I don't know if Grey Knights are around in the competitive scene, but if they
Grey
are,
Knights
then-
are not in a tournament at all.
Okay.
Poor Grey Knights. They used to be good, and then they
Yeah.
just got nerfed.
It was Soladin, I believe. Like one-man paladin squads was the old trend that I used to see.
Yep. I think
Anyway.
Remleiz died.
No, I'm
No, this
Yeah,
time-
cool.
This happens
Oh.
every time we talk about gameplay. Remleiz just goes quiet, and we always think he's died. This happens a lot.
Well, good. I mean, not good. I mean, that's
In all
bad, but
fairness,
Bloody hell.
he's probably messing around with a toaster that he found.
ooh.
Alexis.
What? He's a Mechanicum dude guy.
He's ordered
invented
Theoreticus by his own words, so cut him some slack.
I didn't
Okay,
choose
so he's
say
trying to
those
get the
lines.
toaster demonically possessed.
Also in the news this
Just
week.
see. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, moving on swiftly.
Yes, also in the news, the Lehman Russ model has been released and has rules available for download until the new
Whoa.
Horus Heresy book comes out.
Does he have a
Temporary
mustache?
ones, yeah.
Yeah.
He's like weapon skill 9. I think he's got the best weapon skill of everybody.
So
I'm
far.
correct. Well, there's no one going to be better in close combat than he is. Horus is out, Angron's out. No one else is as good in close combat. So if his weapon skill being 9,
Well, that
then
depends if the Emperor himself gets a model.
God, that was...
touche.
Because the Emperor's probably going to be weapon skill 10, ballistic skill 10, minimum.
Welcome
True.
to getting dead.
Was that?
I said, welcome to getting dead.
Indeed.
Dead.
You know what the funny thing is?
Mm-hmm.
The Death Leaper has the same weapon skill.
So Lehman Russ has the same weapon skill as a Lictor.
Yes. Or the Stormlord. I can't remember which one of them has the weapon skill.
Lictors are not
9.
weapon skill. Lictors are not weapon skill 9.
I think it's the
Lictors-
Stormlord then.
Yeah, I think high
That makes
tyrants.
more sense.
Yeah, high tyrants have got a stupidly good ballistic skill, or weapon skill, sorry, but not that good.
But it does also mean
They're so
that
terrible,
the next
but I
model
love
coming out
them.
will actually be Magnus the Red, it seems, due to the Burning of Prospero being the next book to be released.
It had better flipping be.
Well, worst case scenario, you can always get that Kabuki miniatures model I showed you the picture of.
Yeah, true. But there is something to be said. If it's not Magnus next, then what the hell is happening?
Surprise,
it's
bitch,
fine.
it's Constantine Valdor.
Alright, guys, I'll be right back.
Oh god, where are you going?
I don't think you want to know.
I think she's just going. Okay, fine. I'm trying to
Then they died. The end.
I'm trying to scroll back to our chat to try and remember what else I had in the news. Oh, I remember. There is talk, and I think I've seen some bits on it, of a expansion for 40k on its way, which is basically a conglomeration of other expansions. It's called Stronghold Assault, which basically, if I remember correctly, is kind of a mix of Planet Strikes, Cities of Death, Planetary Empires. It's just a little bit of a mix of stuff for you to do Galactic Conquest.
Sounds good.
A lot of the terrain things, like the Tidewall shield thingamajig that the Tau have, has been like reboxed under that name. So I think that's the thing.
And
Could
part
be
of me was
good.
hoping it'd be like Warhammer Siege, and just basically like, you know, siege rules and stuff like that.
That would be fun. Maybe one day.
Maybe someday.
And the other piece of news, well, it's news, not news, is Warhammer World's Open Day.
Ooh.
I want to go.
That is the 5th and 6th of November, and there seems to be a bunch of stuff that's first time available, including, if you are a 30k fan, Death Guard Power Scythes and Emperor's Children Phoenix Spears, amongst others.
As well as a whole bunch of
Oh,
alternate
I
heads
want
for Imperial
power
Knights.
scythe.
Indeed.
Good thing Warhammer World's only about an hour away from me.
Yeah,
You
it's
lucky
about,
sod.
it's only about an hour.
Shame I have no money to buy anything, but still.
I think it's probably...
It's like a 10-hour flight for me.
It's about a 5-hour train ride for me.
It's probably... It used to... Oh, wait, we went to Warhammer World once when I was at school, and it was about an hour or a bit on the bus. down
Was
to
it for a
Nottingham.
tournament by chance?
School league, actually.
Huh, I went to one of those.
Don't ask how my teacher did it, but he managed to blag us to go to school league.
Same thing, my end. We actually went to the local Warhammer thing for the regional, and the other team just didn't show up. So we just sat there talking shit about just being kids, basically. And they were like, "Yeah, well, guess what? You're going to the school league." And I'm just like, "Oh, okay."
I think
None of us are any good.
We didn't go to like compete in the league. I think we just went on a gaming day. Half of us took fantasy stuff, if I'm honest. There was a tournament going on that day. None of us placed high enough. I think there was only like 10 of us playing fantasy because I took my elves that day. And I watched my super new dragon princes get slammed in the back by spider riders and routed, which was the saddest thing.
Last time I went to Warhammer World was for the
Calling
Throne
out
of
Spider
Skulls tournament for Warhammer Fantasy, and this was when I had a Lizardman army, and I just remember getting so lucky when rolling for my spells because I got 3 Comets of Cassandora as my spell.
Oh, that's not a bad spell. That's not a bad spell at all. At least if it's the same as is now, or was in 8th edition.
It was ridiculously powerful.
I never went to a Warhammer World.
It's on the other side of the world. I can kind of understand why.
The thing I remember most about going to
Detail.
Warhammer World was just going to Bugman's Bar and just having the Fat Bloke Burger. That's all I remember, really, of it, mainly.
We were only like 13 or 14 at the time. No, what year was it? Year 10? Oh, it would have been 14, 15 at the time. So we couldn't really go into Bugman's, unfortunately.
Shame.
But it was when Dreadfleet came out. Actually, yeah, Dreadfleet had just come out. I remember because someone was playing Dreadfleet. It was like, oh, that's cool.
Oh,
Except
don't get
Oh,
me
that's
started
cool.
on
This is
Dreadfleet.
popular for a week, and it's dead.
Basically.
It's literally, everyone got so excited because everyone was like, oh my god, Manowar got rebooted. It's like, no, it's just a fucking board game. Well, fuck you.
Speaking of reboots, has there been any updates on the whole them redoing things? Because I heard they redid.
Blood Bowl is still
Blood
work in
Bowl.
progress.
Yeah,
Still work
so
in
we're
progress.
going to
Blood
tap
Bowl's
on
about to be
anything like
released. They've finished it now. They've actually released the stock photos and of it now, of the actual complete box set.
nice.
So that
Are
should
they
be
going
out
to do
in the next
anything
month
for
or so.
like
Yeah.
Necromunda or anything?
No.
They're doing
The next game,
Titanic.
yeah, next one's Adeptus Titanicus, and then
It's
after that'll be
epic.
Necromunda.
It's epic?
Yeah, Adeptus Titanicus. That's the next
Oh,
one.
Yeah,
that's it.
Epic is next.
Oh, God.
And then after that, it's strongly hinted to be either Necromunda or Mordheim.
I just
But
want
Battlefield
Necromunda back
Gothic.
again. That game was so good.
I was still
No, I
surprised
want
that so many years ago
Gorkamorka
when-
back. More updated
Gorkamorka was
rules.
amazing.
Oh yeah, totally.
Every single time we do this podcast, there seems to be a long discussion about Gorkamorka. Comes up every single week.
Okay,
that one
I
you
game?
know
don't understand.
Gorkamorka used to
Gorkamorka-
was about to have a video game come out, and then they got cancelled because it was on the Dreamcast.
There's demos available of it.
Oh.
They're super scarce, but you can find them. And I believe there's one on the Dreamcast archive website, and it's basically done.
Oh sweet.
Like they did the FM thing. I might actually try and get my Dreamcast emulator fired up in the future. But yeah, they basically finished that game and then didn't release it.
Always the
Sucks.
fate of anything released on the Dreamcast, sadly.
The Dreamcast died, lol.
I love my Dreamcast. It's a shame it doesn't work anymore, but still.
It's a fancy
I can get it
doorstop.
to work.
Yeah, my Sega
But-
Saturn still works from 1994. That works fine. But Dreamcast
Oh, yeah,
is
that-
dead. The Xbox is dead. The PlayStation
Those
2
kind
is
of
dead.
those era of consoles though were like fucking concrete. You could throw them down the stairs and they'd still work.
Oh yeah.
Nowadays,
Everything
so
back
much.
then was.
Yeah,
Feel like-
yeah.
But
God damn, I
not
miss
your
it.
brick.
Yeah, I miss that era of just concrete tech. Good times, good times.
Back when you could drop your phone on the ground and leave it dent on the floor rather than shattering your phone.
Yeah,
To be fair, I've dropped my phone a good 5-10 times in the 2 years I've had it, and it still works fine.
yeah. The case of mine's cracked, but the screen hasn't, so I'm pretty happy. But yeah, I mean, me. Oh man,
I still want Gorkamorka.
who doesn't want Gorkamorka? I mean, come on.
Hashtag
I-
Digganobs.
I've seen people do their own fan mobs of Dark Eldar and Necrons in Gorkamorka.
Yeah.
Oh.
Necrons were in Gorkamorka. Like, they were early referenced there. I think that was like one of the first like appearances of them in actual canon.
They were referenced, and there was like artwork of Necron's skull in some Gorkamorka art, but there was no actual models released. They were just referred to as the Wreckers.
They're referred to as Wreckers, but they're also referred to as Iron Men by the Muties. Because they were like, oh,
Yes, that's
spooky.
correct. Yes.
Which I suppose they may have actually at the time thought if we don't push out Necrons, if this idea doesn't come to fruition, they could just explain it away as it being Men of Iron. Because, you know, that...
Or an old throwback to the old Chaos androids from Space Crusade.
God, please, no!
Funny enough, I think there is actually precedence for them to still be around. And hear me out on this. Right. So, Bertarabo's homeworld of Olympia. It was
Yeah.
wiped out. Basically, everything was killed on the planet, and the planet was renamed as Padicia. Padicia also happens to be the name of a Necron tomb world.
Whoops.
So wait, well, actually, I could see Manus's world being a tomb world with the supposed living metal thingamajig that he fought, but Olympia?
Olympia, yeah, apparently.
I thought, well, I know how Perturabo ended up with that world, like enslaving the entire population, but I assume the place got exterminatus and thus was left completely inhospitable.
Yeah. but
Yeah,
it's-
except for, you know, by giant space robots that live off literally radiation. I mean, shit. You could bomb planets from orbit as much as you like. You cannot kill a Necron tomb world.
Unless you actually blow up the planet.
Yeah.
No,
Leave 'em in.
Orcs actually did.
Let's
Got
not get
orcs.
into the things the orcs have done, because they could do some very interesting things, and it's terrifying.
Well, no, there's one story, okay,
Mhm.
where Necrons were in their tomb world, whatever, and they started to awake, and the orcs ran into their tomb worlds and started beating them while they were waking up.
Fucking great. That's probably instinctive as well, considering their background. They're probably like, we need to... Well, that's not an orc voice. Ah! Oh, no! Fuck.
Best
Oh.
orc voice ever.
Green is best!
It turned out to be
Oh,
a
it's
grot dressed up
pain-
as an orc.
No, it's just the pile of them in a trench coat standing to his shoulders. No,
No, but they,
yeah,
like,
I
ran
imagine
into
considering
this tomb
they
world
were...
and destroyed it.
Yeah, considering they were designed to just kick the shit out of Necrons anyways.
True.
Yeah.
They probably were just like, we really need to kill these guys right now. I have no idea why. So that's probably why.
That's just the orc mindset. See
Yeah, but
something.
Orc
if it's
mindset in
not
general
orc,
is
kill
like,
it.
I would really like to kick the shit out of that. Not, I have to. It is my imperative. I must destroy that thing. To the extent
Yeah.
that like, fucking wild
Orcs might-
critters-
Orcs might
True.
actually start trying to scrap the Necrons. Just think about that for a second.
I dread to think what happened.
Looted monolith.
Looted Doomsday Arc.
Oh god.
They've actually done that in the fluff, and a mech took it apart and it blew up their WA.
Yeah, it backfired massively, but if you could retrofit a Doomsday Arc and put it in a WA, or God forbid a World Engine,
my god.
I dread to think.
Are the World Engines even canon anymore?
The Astral Knights are canon, therefore the World Engine is canon, I assume.
Yeah.
Because the new Necron book doesn't mention it at all.
Yes, but in fairness, just saying something's non-canon because it's not been mentioned is a bit of a lazy excuse.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
But back to the original point that I was making. Since Olympia could have been a tomb world, and obviously the Iron Warriors could have discovered someone's like, right, take these, let's experiment on them a bit. Chaos androids. Because they did look
androids.
Because Chaos androids did look like Necrons, so there you go. We've got a way to actually retcon them into the current canon.
That actually could work, I know. Because Necrons are said to wake up and be all like, first person I see is my boss, apparently. So. Well,
okay, hear me out on this. One of my friends, we were doing a role-playing game, like Rogue Trader, but different, where anybody can be any character because fuck logic. Anyway, my one friend, he grabbed the staff of a, what are they, Overlord.
Staff of Light.
Could he then, could he then control the Necrons? Because isn't that what that one tribe did?
Potentially, yeah, because it's a staff of office of a Necron Lord. So they'll probably just see it and go, oh, he's Lord.
Oh shit, you're the new Lord now, okay.
So it's like a boss Paul?
Yeah, basically.
It's a bit softer than the last one, but still.
Yeah, I think I know what Alexis' next orc conversion is going to be now.
Oh god, yes.
I thought your next orc conversion was going to be the looted golden throne or something.
Beautiful.
I haven't figured out how to do it yet.
I'm sure someone actually left a comment on one of my videos asking why something to do with the Emperor and the Golden Throne and Dreadnoughts and stuff. I was like, you really realise that's not how the Golden Throne works?
The Golden Throne isn't a magic life support machine. The Golden Throne is a fucking keeping Earth from exploding.
It's also not even human. We don't even know who built the bloody thing.
Yeah, the Emperor built it. He just kind of nicked most of the tech to do it. Same as the Elder nicked most of the webway tech from the old ones.
That's not.
Well, considering the Mechanicum have gone basically to Kimura and basically turned around and said to the Dark Elder, look, the Golden Throne's failing, can you help us fix it? And a quote, Dark Pact was made. I'm pretty sure it was made out of Eldar tech. Or at least Eldar know how to use it.
The Dark Elder was just like, yeah, fuck it, why not? I'll do that.
Okay, well, according to Lexicanum, the Golden Throne dates back to the Dark Age of technology, which the Emperor discovered in sunken ruins in Asia. Another similar device, likely used to test the technologies by whoever made it, known as Dark Glass, was also discovered during the Great Crusade, and he thought about restoring it as well. So he basically found it and then fixed it.
I'm just imagining.
Buying an old car, kind of. Go on.
Yeah. No, I'm imagining the Emperor like stumbling upon it just one day and just like hitting it with a wrench until it like makes a noise, and then it's like, okay, guys, I think it's working.
Truly, you are the best of humanity. Yeah.
I just imagine him seeing it and goes, "Ooh, looks comfortable."
It's just a step.
Yeah.
Needs a cushion, but then it'll be fine.
Yeah.
The funny thing is, the Golden Throne is basically just a giant Wi-Fi signal.
Yeah. Giant Wi-Fi signal into super supreme death hell.
Which is also
actually,
an infinity circuit.
Oh, actually, had something else. Speaking of chaos androids and fun things, I would absolutely love, and I know it's never going to happen, but I would absolutely love if there was a game that was set in an expedition into the lower regions of Mars. Because you know how Mars is all like sealed off because of basically Horus Heresy grade Chaos war machines and Loyalist war machines in an endless war against each other. That would be amazing as sort of I don't know, not a survival horror kind of.
Actually, no, I could see that as survival horror.
Yeah, kind of do it like sort of a Space Hulk kind of game, but do it in a sort of expedition kind of thing.
Actually, yeah, you could also do, rather than survival horror, more like survival explorer, playing with an explorator fleet.
Yeah, sort of like Stalker or something.
No. Alien Colonial Marine.
Oh, God,
no, not Colonial Marine. What's the newest one? Isolation, yes. That's
Alien
the good
Isolation.
one.
Yeah.
Do it like that.
Yeah, that could work.
Yeah, and then you could have your FTL / dare I say it, No Man's Sky type thing with the Adeptus Mechanicus Explorators.
Except
Let's just go with Osiris and make it better. Osiris is everything that No Man's Sky should have been.
Well, I saw a game, Skybreak, which I watched a ton of Many a True Nerd, and he was covering that, and that looked like a really good game. But that was all like one world, like lots of islands on one world, but same theory.
Yeah. I've always wondered, like, the Imperium throws like vast resources to get Titans back. Like they've thrown entire trillions of guardsmen and worlds to get like a Titan's
The
leg.
entirety of Winter Assault is based around getting a. Yeah.
But like, how long currently does it take to build a new Titan, or can they just not do it anymore?
It's just impossible.
Because they build new warships.
Only the ones they have STCs for.
I assume that
and
the
even
STC
then it takes like 18 years and an entire planet's worth of resources to make one ship.
Yeah.
I'm under the assumption that the STC for most classes of Titans and possibly Knights was destroyed during the Mars Civil War during the Horus Heresy. That's my assumption.
Possibly
Also,
just to prevent them from falling into the hands of Chaos.
I'm just imagining like when the Emperor finally does wake up and he's just like, "Hey Mars, can you just build me a couple Knights?" And they're just like, "No, he's just gonna magic them into appearance." Just like, "Here it is."
I think Knights are still in production, but that's because they're like so spread out, and like most Forge worlds have their own like Knight houses associated with them.
Yeah.
But the Titans themselves are much more Mars based.
Yeah, a Knight, I'd imagine there's probably like tech cults that know just like one part of their Knight that their house knows. You know, like, I know how to make the infernal cogitator, and it's like a fucking like coffee holder or something. So, like the only ones in the galaxy that knows how to make that one part. So if it breaks, you have to get that back.
Actually, the Mechanicum reminds me of the guy from Mad Max. You know, the guitarist on the giant war rig.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's the only guy in existence who actually knew how to play a guitar.
Great. That's actually a thing.
That's his fluff. Like, that's who he is. He knows how to play a guitar.
He's the only guitarist left.
Yep.
Speaking of only guitarists left, Six String Samurai. Amazing movie.
I've never seen it or heard of it.
I've never heard of it.
Oh.
I've heard of it, but I've never seen it.
Okay, basically, Buddy Holly has a samurai sword and has to kill a death metal artist to become the king of Vegas after Elvis dies. The movie.
That sounds amazing.
That sounds like quite cool.
Astounding.
Fair enough.
Last film I watched was actually Bubba Hotep. Elderly Elvis and Black John F. Kennedy fight a zombie mummy cowboy.
That also sounds pretty fucking fun. Pardon my French.
It also stars Bruce Campbell, so you know you're in for a good time.
Ooh.
Oh man, that's awesome. I'm just thinking of like Kung Fury. That movie's amazing too. It's like 30 minutes of amazing.
Speaking of movies, how come aside from the Lord Inquisitor prologue, that most Warhammer movies that have been around have been absolute shite?
Because
Games Workshop isn't very good at dealing licenses out to people.
Or studios just don't know how to handle the grimdark properly, or the fans are incredibly picky and bitchy. Probably a combination of all three.
Yeah.
Hear me out on this. Hear me out on this, and you guys are gonna hate me.
Go ahead.
And I apologize in advance for this.
You know,
Is it the
making a
Ultramarine movie
4K
isn't that
porno.
bad?
No. The Ultramarine movie isn't that bad if you're not watching it. If it's like off and on your shelf, it's pretty good.
It's a good conversation piece, you know, like the severed head of your enemy.
In fairness, John Hurt was pretty good in it. In fairness,
Like, if you're not watching it, if you're listening to it, it's amazing.
The voice acting was actually pretty fucking astounding,
Yes.
considering.
considering
the quality of the rest of it.
Opposite of the Lord Inquisitor Pro, like the audio was really
Oh,
good,
God,
but the visuals
yeah.
were shite. Whereas like the Lord Inquisitor,
I think it's because it's in German and they've translated it back.
Yes, it is.
Weird like that.
Okay,
Yeah,
so hear me out on this. If Michael Bay got a hold of the Space Marine,
No.
he could actually do the special effect and the bolter correctly.
No.
I'm gonna have to agree with you on that. only because I argued that Michael Bay was an auteur at one point and got the ire of my film teacher forever. He hated me, so I managed to argue it to the degree that I got my diploma off of that single argument.
Like,
I'm
if
sorry,
you
but
look at
Michael Bay's only made 2 good movies in his entire career. That was Bad Boys and Pain and Gain, and that was it. Everything else was a pile of tosh.
You don't have to be good to be an auteur is the problem. You used to have to be good, but to be an auteur means to go against the concepts of Hollywood narrative, being a Hollywood producer. But it then evolved into being a term that means you're good at doing a thing that makes you. You have your own style that's unique to you. And he clearly does.
Yeah, explosions.
I can't think of anyone else who uses more explosions. Yeah.
To go back to my original point, though, to go back to what I said, the community, we as a community, Alexis and I can justify this because our discussion on that chainsword are extremely picky. We put so much care and attention into the Grimdark and 40k that if it's not exactly to our specifications, it's shit. Like, the Lord Inquisitor is really good because it's written by everybody who's written it. It looks really good, but we still nitpick the fuck out of it. That chainsword is pretty and functional, and we nitpick the fuck out of it. If you gave a 40k movie to Michael Bay, do you know what the first thing everyone in the community is going to say?
Michael Bay wrote my childhood.
No, what they're basically going to start saying is, has he hired Matt Ward to write it or something like that? They will just can it before it even starts.
Okay. I think I can justify this. If Michael Bay did the special effects, the movie would be cool.
If you had him in direction of the effects, I think he'd get the bombastic nature of 40k on spot.
Like, Michael Bay would have like the wettest dream about a bolter actually firing a rocket-propelled grenade.
Yeah, he'd get bolters spot on. I imagine he'd get perfectly.
Like, you mean that this weapon burrows into people, then explodes and rapid fires grenades? Yes. That's amazing!
I must pay for this right now. He opens his wallet and just Transformers money flies out.
Admittedly, on the effects side, it could work, but you need a good writer. That's the first thing about a 40k movie. I can take bad animation. I can live with slightly dodgy voice acting.
Get the guy who wrote Moon to do it, because then you get like the "Are you a heretic or am I the heretic?"
Dun dun dun.
Dun dun dun.
Get the dudes who did Starship Troopers to do it, because that was clearly Tyranids versus Guard. Like, even the director said that. He was like, I didn't even read past the first page, but I knew Warhammer.
I knew what I was doing.
It's basically Warhammer, right? No, it's what Warhammer got its inspiration. Yeah, it's based off of Warhammer. No, it actually predates Warhammer.
Yeah, I love everyone's like, how dare you use power armor? And it's like, guys, this invented power armor.
Well, yeah.
Yes. Yeah, the exosuit power armor comes from Starship Troopers and then was adapted by 40k.
In my ideal world, a 40k movie would be directed by someone like Guillermo del Toro. In an ideal world, that'd be beautiful for me. Because I think you guys have seen Pacific Rim. He can do big.
No.
He can do big robots and monsters fighting. So you imagine that like a Titan versus a Bio-Titan or something fighting. That'd be fucking epic.
I could definitely see it.
Now, here's the thing. Where would you start with the movie? Would you do a prologue and be like, oh, this is what a Space Marine is, blah, 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 blah? Because that would be the entire movie. I would like to just see the movie played out on the battlefield immediately through the eyes of like a guardsman or an actual Space Marine, and then have flashbacks to like explain the story a bit.
It's simple. You do something akin to the Eisenhorn novels, because they're basically entry level to the 40k universe. They don't really explain much, but it's very entry level and still very complex and deep.
Yeah, anything that needs to be too complex is explained. Like, oh, he had a plasma pistol, and it goes into like how it fires and shit. It doesn't actually say like a plasma pistol gun that fires heated plasma. It just, describes it, and you're like, oh, so that's what that is.
Yeah.
So yeah, I can see what you mean. Doing something from like, go on.
I remember when I did a stream, and some of my chat was talking about 40k movie, and we were like, oh bloody hell, how the hell would we put this together?
How would you?
Like, to be honest, you have to start with the Space Marines, the most iconic. And I would probably not go with the Ultramarines. I would go with like
the Blood Ravens.
The Space Wolves, Like, as much as I hate
No.
Personally, I would go with the salamanders, and I'd have a whole sequence where this massive burly guy is just going around town being a nice guy, and then he gets like a call to arms, or whatever. Basically, goes suits up and just rips the shit out of people for like 5 minutes action sequence of just murdering like chaos.
Alternatively, I would probably also pick the Blood Angels.
Ooh.
No, because people would get confused and think they're the bad guys.
I would also consider the Crimson or Imperial Fist, because they are the champions of humanity by their own name. They're the Guardians of Terror, and they are known for extreme zealotry, bravery, and martial skill with the bolter. So
Stupid yellow armor, though.
No, go Crimson
I mean,
Fist.
the
Go
Bright
Crimson
yellow
Fist-
banana men. Don't worry about it.
Hell, Black Templars. There's a justification for Black Templars here.
They're psychopaths.
Actually, no,
Oh,
not the black. Actually,
Sorry.
that leaves one legion to do it on.
Which is
The freaking
Dark
Dark
Angels.
Angels.
the Dark Angels' entire thing would just be like, we fucked up.
Okay,
No, but
Repent,
it would allow
motherfucker.
us to cover the fact. it would
don't
cover
do
the
a
fact that
story where they need to be explaining their secretive nature. Just do a story where they're just like, "Hey guys, we're here."
Bolt fire,
Or-
heretics exploding. One thing like that.
Alternatively, just use a very, very, very little known chapter that has like no fiction attached to it. So okay, we can just elaborate and make up our own shit for this.
And
Collaboration.
try and boil down the Siege of Terror and just do that.
Oh no,
Oh
if
my
you
God,
did the Horus
that'd be-
Heresy, you have to start right at the beginning. If you're going to do the Horus Heresy, you don't start on Terror. You start on Istvan, and you do it properly.
Like,
No,
you can start on
actually-
Terror if
and
you
then flashback
jump
into it.
back into it really well from like the perspective of each person you saw in the first movie.
How
So
about
like we
the
go
first
to each
Tyrannic
individual
War?
involved, back to where they were.
Ooh,
beforehand.
the Tyrannic War would be a good start to it.
Armageddon. What about Armageddon?
Oh yes, for good Commissar Yarrick, and that'd be a good one as well.
And
Yeah.
I love that
God's
Eric's
will.
actual jig is that he just ripped the arm off an orc because an orc was like, oh, and he's just like, I want your arm now.
The first
why
he
is
cuts his head off,
dead
then he
for
ripped the arm
using
off.
Xenos tech?
It's sanctioned. It's covered in purity seals.
It's fucking Commissar Yarrick.
Bitch.
I wasn't going to say that, but close enough.
I love you guys.
This
Only
is
been
good.
here for like
Actually,
an hour.
It
the
doesn't
last
take
question
long.
then.
Go ahead.
If you do a 40k movie, who gets cast?
Vin Diesel. I don't care as who. Vin Diesel
Hands
needs
down.
to be in.
Agreeing with that. The guy that played Dredd in the Dredd movie as well.
Yes. Oh my God. Yes.
I
The
would
two of them
argue,
together would do really, really well as Space Marines, I think.
I would argue for Tom Hiddleston, the guy who played Loki in the Avengers.
Arnold Schwarzenegger is Commissar Yarrick. He's
No.
aging for it.
No, Liam Neeson.
He's aging
Neeson.
for the role.
Yes.
I'm only getting older because I want this role.
Like, just get the guy who played Commissar Holt in the Final Liberation games,
Oh man.
if anyone remembers that.
God,
I remember hearing about it.
Fast.
Yeah, I heard about that.
He just bitch slaps some planetary governor and goes, "It's Commissar Holt."
Oh yeah, because he's really like, Halt! What do we do? And he's just like, rather than explain the situation and soothe your nerves and reveal that we're going to easily win this fight, bitch, say my name properly. Okay.
He's a commissar. You show him respect.
Or he shoots you in the head.
Or
Exactly.
he just shoots you in the face.
Because otherwise, it's heresy.
Okay, guys. I have one thing for you guys.
Go on.
Sisters of Battle are the only army in 40k that are actually Gothic.
Hmm.
Yes.
Your point being,
That's
Yeah,
it. Like that's it. Like no other army captures the Grimdark more than the Sisters of Battle.
Eh.
I mean,
The Dark Eldar, maybe? Being an entire race of rapists, murderers, torturers, and perverse bastards?
Yeah, but
so
that makes them
basically
boring.
like space 9 Inch Nails. I mean,
Yeah, but isn't Nine Inch Nails Gothic anyway?
yeah.
Well, there you go.
I don't think they would classify themselves as Gothic or not.
I'm not sure.
But the thing is, there's a difference between Gothic and Grimdark. Like, when I don't know what sort of sums up the Grimdark the best, but I don't think it's Sisters of Battle at all.
The Tau.
Not
No, the towel
Clearly
fit
towel
is
than
the
Clearly.
fluff. Like,
The-
you need a very special writer to make the towel make any sense in 40k.
Like that one guy
Yeah.
who made the Fire Warrior another word towel was like, oh, he's actually a champion of corn. What?
Oh yeah, that was a thing he tried to make happen, and then they completely canned it the second before release. Oh, I forgot about
actually-
that. Now I'm angry.
I really enjoyed that game.
As
It
far
was
as
kind of
shitty,
pants.
first-person shooters go, it wasn't a terrible shitty first-person shooter.
I
Like-
did like over.
But by definition, it's a shitty first-person shooter, so that's not setting the bar very high, is it?
Oh,
Well,
why?
I mean, there's stuff like the Die Hard video game. Want to remember that?
Which one?
No.
Exactly.
Oh, why? Did Thunder ever tell you that he had like 2 or 3 copies of Fire Warrior?
Yeah, he had
He's
one
the
inside
hero.
a Dark Crusade box for some reason. Or was that was Soulstorm? He bought Soulstorm twice for some reason. Oh,
my
good
God.
times.
Good times.
Yeah. Just trying to think aloud here.
Well, if we run out
Okay.
of ideas, we do have our comments Q&A to do.
Oh
yeah,
yes,
the
I forgot
comics.
about that.
Yeah, I was about to get to that. Stop attacking me, you little rat.
That's Alexis'
Sorry, my-
dog wipe before you ask.
Oh,
She
I
has a
was gonna be
squid.
like, what?
Okay, so the first question is without a doubt my favorite one because I've actually been working on something like this.
Go for it.
If you could make a 40k soap opera, what would it be about?
Oh,
Who would
God.
the main character be?
It'd be called All My Heresy.
All my heresy.
All My
I
Heresy.
like it, like all my circuits.
Yeah, exactly.
What?
You people sadden me in ways I. Well,
Or end up being something like, I know, a human elder. It's like, no one will accept our love. It doesn't matter. I love you.
No, actually, it could be about the Farseer and the Vindicator Assassin.
oh God, the thing they made canon because why
Yes!
not?
Yeah.
You guys sure know how to make me angry.
Yes.
Like,
The question has been
The problem
answered.
is
Love
that-
can indeed bloom.
The problem is like 40k is the worst thing to make a soap opera out of. Like of all the genres you could create out of 40k, action movies, horror movies.
you could do the soap opera if it was about the life of like a training Imperial Guardsman, and it's just
Or
like
rogue
life on the
trader.
base. A PDF soldier, maybe.
Theoretically, it's just like when I think of things I could do with 40k to make a TV show or
Yeah,
something,
soap opera isn't exactly the first one that comes to mind.
it's pretty much the last besides shitty rom-com.
Or
Yeah.
reality style, Jeremy Kyle style shows.
Ugh.
Horus, you are the heretic. Oh my. That's so, oh.
Oh my god, that's awesome.
Get 2 random Alpha Legionaries on and do a DNA test.
Oh my god.
Demons
You
have
are
shown-
a Farseer.
They show that your Primarch is in fact
Oh.
Lehman Russ.
Oh yeah, who's? I remember. Oh God, who was it? We talking about. Apparently, there's a chapter that's been like being really good with its gene seed. It's perfect, and apparently they've been stealing gene seed from people. Like, hey, can we just borrow a bit of your gene seed real quick to
Sounds like the
avoid
Black Dragons. A,
Sounds like the Emperor's Children.
a chapter full of mutants, and yet their gene seed is considered pure for
Yeah,
some reason. And the Inquisition's
Yeah,
just like,
what
I
giant
don't
horns.
believe
I
you.
remember.
Was it Red Scorpions by chance?
I don't know.
I'm not sure.
I remember someone talking about it, and I was just like, "Please tell me you're joking." And I looked into it, and I'm like, "You're not." Well, my life is better for knowing this.
Next question. Which Chaos God is least bad? That's Nurgle.
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 Nurgle loves
Nurgle
you.
straight up saved a fucking Eldar god because he liked them. I mean,
Well, so did Korn.
Khorne
Did
Khorne
he?
saved one because he had deep respect, not an actual affection.
Nurgle
Wait.
loves you.
Nurgle loves you.
Oh my god, damn it, Remleiz. This is your fault.
What?
Okay, the next question. It's 2 parts. Which
Uh-oh.
Chaos God would you worship, and what would you and your Chaos Warband do?
Zinch.
How is that my fault?
Part 2. Can the God Emperor be rebuilt in Cyberdogs?
We're not answering that.
Ask Alpha Busa.
God damn it.
But answer the first part, I would actually say Zinch. Maybe it's because I've got a thing for psychic powers and shit, but I would say Zinch.
Well, if you like shit, you should go to Nurgle.
Ooh.
I couldn't resist. No, for me, it'd be Slaanesh. Come on.
Well, yeah. That's
Pleasure and excess. Pride?
Slaanesh
Yes.
is actually a reasonably pure object when you think about it. It's just the concept of excess and the concept of really. And then you apply it to actually how it is in universe. It's like, oh, that's...
The thing is that there's an excess of good things, but then there's excess bad things like pain.
Yeah.
And it's
Hey,
sort of...
hey.
And
excess
plus one of
full
our
stop.
champions is Caldor Drago. Do you really want to be in the same team as him?
Yes.
I thought you wanted him removed from all canonicity, so...
Yes. Because I would kill him.
I would, if I had to fix Caldor Drago, I would actually straight up just make him a demon of the Emperor, and just make that.
I
Who
kind of
else-
like him
who
as
else
a
gets
demon
that job?
of Slaanesh.
Oh,
I would
concept
pick-
he's fallen.
Okay, running with white. If Caldor Drago was a demon of the Emperor, who else is?
Sanguinius.
Sanguinius, probably
Living
That's Sanguinor.
all the living saints. Fuck.
Literally
Literally
damned.
damned.
Sanguinor.
Ooh, who else? There's probably more. I mean, I'd imagine
Commissar Yarrick.
chaplains probably are limitedly affected by that.
Oh,
Yeah,
any psyker that can become like god tier, like Mephiston or Mephiston.
Tigerius.
Mephiston.
The one
Tigerius,
psycho who can communicate with a shadow in the warp and
Let's
not
not
get
talk
insane.
about that. There is no possible way for him to do that and survive.
Yes, he can, because he was
Like-
written by Matt Ward's plot armor.
Matt Ward is the ultimate demon. He is Mala himself, and that's why
Hey,
they
that's
got
an
rid of
insult to
him.
Malal. That's an insult to Malal. But he's
Okay.
the one I would
Malal.
worship just for shits and giggles. That's
What
like
do
the
you all
costume.
think of utilizing 3D scanners?
Oh,
So the
what
board-
the new age of printing off your own units now?
Okay, so this question isn't about printing units.
Oh,
What do you think about utilizing 3D scanners so the board game can be played on? No, it is. First off, I work for a store. Don't 3D print shit. Come and support your local hobby store. You
Yeah,
want the game to continue. You need to have people invest in the game. This game is actually not expensive. A lot of people think it is, but comparative to Magic the Gathering, you spend on average a year $700 on Magic the Gathering versus $200 on Warhammer 40K, depending on what you buy. But that is average purchases.
And I
Personally,
can
in
tell you
regards
for
to-
nothing.
Sorry, go on, Michael.
I can tell you for nothing. My friends who go out drinking and clubbing most other weekends probably spend more on alcohol than I do on 40k,
yeah.
and I'm on a student budget.
In regards to 3D printing, I've got no problem with people who, for example, like print off their own unique like shoulder pads for their own unique chapter.
Oh
insignia.
yeah. If
That's
you're
fair
just
enough.
bits building, if you're just trying to get bits and shit,
Yeah, like
I'd
accessories and stuff. I've got no problem with that, but it's just when people get to the whole, making the whole blown models that I have a problem with it.
Yes. Because
Actually,
now
I've-
I'm at the point where I'm actually scared of buying off of eBay for big titans and everything because they could be 3D printed, they could be shit, or they could be China recasts, and I don't want that. I want the actual model.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm gonna sort of change tack and talk about that using new technology. Would the idea of virtual reality 40k work? Not like literally you like first person shooter in VR. I'm more meaning like, would it be cool if you could put on like a VR headset
And
the
play
board-
tabletop.
and the board like raised up into different like heights, and the models all actually physically moved, and you
God,
could like
yes,
direct
if you had,
them with
like-
your hands.
If you had like the
Would that
Vive,
work?
you could actually like move the parts as well. You could have like a proper actual tabletop simulation.
That'd be cool.
That would require a lot of new tech that we don't
yeah,
have.
I'm not saying
Also,
it wouldn't,
it would
but-
be but yeah, I'd be totally on it.
But the thing is, there was the thing at is it E3 or something that had like Minecraft VR, which is like they built the world on stage in front of them or something?
Yeah. That was the Microsoft Eye or whatever it is, the not Google Glass clone they've got, which is apparently pretty terrible.
Yeah.
Oh, and there's eye herpes apparently. That's a thing.
Eye herpes.
Yes.
Eye herpes. Ocular
Yes, from the
herpes is
VR.
apparently a thing.
Speaking of mods and stuff, one thing I've never quite understood: how come there's never been like any given all the fiction that? How come there's never been any 40k action figures or anything like that?
Because the game's not got enough widespread popularity to justify putting it into toy stores, I assume.
Actually, sets are going into toy stores now.
What?
Yeah.
Yes, the Assault on Blackreach can be bought in Toys R Us.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think the argument with action figures, like you think of like the one I would remember was like Action Man. Like, kids of like
everyone on their dog had an Action Man. I mean, come on.
But the thing is, like 40k markets itself as a 12+ game.
Yeah.
It's on the flipping box. 12+. Who buys action figures? I can tell you for nothing, not 12-year-olds, 8-year-olds.
Can I just
Actually,
say, as
more
someone
like
who's an
30-year-old,
avid
but
Transformers collector who's got like a massive collection worth several £1,000s, I have to disagree with you on that one, very slightly. Just
I'm just a tiny bit angry about what you just said.
As a person who goes to a con, I can
sets.
tell you right now, the average person, somebody that buys an action figure, is 12 to like 30.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's a... No, you're not wrong. It's just, in a toy store, that kids buy it. In a con or an actual setting, like a real place, adults buy it.
In a real place, because
yes.
stores aren't
in the real.
Okay, here's one. Do you think Chaos Cultists should have their own army equivalent to Imperial Guard?
Yes.
With mutants, Chaos Abhumans, and other stuff?
Yes.
Other stuff.
I think they already do in some of the Imperial armor books.
Yeah, I could see that. Yes.
Renegades needs its own faction, just for the simple reason that until they fix the allies matrix for Guard to ally with Chaos again, there is no way to do it. So having a Renegades faction in the game is just a good idea.
I can see them doing it just like they did the Genestealer cult. Maybe not as overpowered, but still just like it.
It just works.
Same principle, yeah.
What would you be in the 40k universe? Dead.
Dead.
Probably some bloody agricultural world farmer who doesn't know left from right.
Fuck that, I'd be on a paradise
Billy,
world.
you?
I'd be dead.
Billy!
Billy!
I'm a scientist. I'm a man of research, science, and stuff. I am the antithesis of everything the Imperium stands for.
Hello, research, more like heresy. Get dead, friend.
Yeah, basically.
Did you just question your toaster? Time to die.
Hey guys, I found out that the mold on bread can be used to cure diseases.
Heresy!
Blam. Indeed.
How would you buff the current DE Codex, Dark Eldar Codex? To be honest, I'm going to answer that one in a Rants and Rambles, so I don't really want to answer it on here. Sorry. This question is for Remleiz. Oh god, please don't be about Cyberdongs. What 30k army would you build if you had the funds / materials and time to do so?
Night Lords.
Any idea?
Night Lords.
Night Lords?
Night Lords have always been my favourite legion, so I will make a Night Lords army.
I can see that. I mean, Kurz was my favourite planet for a while, but Thousand Suns.
I rolled a d20 and got Death Guard.
But if you hadn't rolled a d20 and actually made a choice, would you still pick Death Guard?
No, I'd pick Dark Angels.
Fair enough.
Heretic.
Why?
Why? Because they can go both ways.
Preference.
Like me. Anyway.
I don't really have a preference, personally.
Doesn't have to be a legion. It could be a Mechanicum. I don't know how much you know about 30k stuff.
Actually, I'd probably go Vostorian Firstborn.
Ooh.
Like,
Vostorian Firstborn as a concept didn't come around until after the Heresy, because I think, if I remember this correctly, correct me if I'm wrong here, Remleiz, or whoever else knows the story, the Vostorian Firstborn as a thing was established after Vostroya refused to pay its tithes of manpower because it couldn't spare them from the factories. And that was like...
And then they got bombed to shit for it, didn't it?
No, that was Krieg, I think. Volstroy wasn't bombed to shit, but they were sort of like, in order to not get bombed to shit, they had to send off the firstborn child of every family to join the guard.
Okay, but I would do that style of army for Astra Militarum or whatever they're called in
Imperial
30K.
Army. Imperial Army.
You can always do Cast Channel Talon.
Hey, do you guys have any tips for a black player in Imperial Fists? Get fisted. Also, is it worth investing in the upgrade kits for the Black Templar? That depends. Do you want your army to look like that? If you want to buy Black Templars, start with the big giant, start collecting the Space Marine First Company thingy. It's $250. It comes with a great start to an army. It's like $400 worth of stuff. It's awesome. Start with that. Get the upgrade kit.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds a plan.
I only just agree with that.
Hashtag pinecone testicle.
Alexis.
Sorry, it's one of the comments.
Has anyone mentioned hive ship sex yet?
Yes, it was in 2 questions so far.
Thank you.
Do you
I
think
saw one the warp did it, which was a shame.
Yes. Do you think Farsight Enclave will be more melee focused? Will have more melee focused units in the future?
That depends on whether Farsight's battlesuit technique for close combat, taught to him by Aun Shi, is successfully integrated into the rest of the Enclave's battlesuit pilots, and then into the Firecast as a whole. I would wager that for the duration of Warhammer 40,000, probably not. But at some point, if the Farsight Enclave lives long enough and does not get reintegrated into the main Tau Empire, where it just gets drowned in ethereal bullshit again,
I probably could get integrated and bring its skills with it. I mean, the Imperials are horrible human beings, but they're horrible Tau beings, rather. But they're not dumb when it comes to tactics that work.
Admittedly, Aun Shi is an ethereal, and he's the one who taught Farsight, or whose technique Farsight nicked. But the basic problem
Borrowed, you mean? Go on.
But yeah, with Aunvar dead as of current canon, I think there is a chance that Farsight could get his own way. But the Dawnblade, assumedly, once that gets into the hands of like the Ethereal Cast or the Earth Cast, they will work out what the fuck it is. At which point
Farsight magic sword or some shit.
It's a chronophagic sword, so it steals the life essence of the natural lifespan of whoever it kills and gives it to the wielder. So if I died today and I was supposed to live to 80 when I died of natural causes, then 60 years would go into the sword and into the wielder of the sword.
Yeah.
Death Note. Anyway.
But yeah, I think the Farsight Enclaves, unless they find enough actual melee weapons to use, by which I mean they go and take Imperial worlds and reintegrate like power swords and the like into their own arsenal, then I'm gonna say no. But I'm not ruling it out. And if Farsight can and the 8 can do enough convincing, because bear in mind, if you look at the 8, only 3 of them have melee weapons, and the Omega Gauntlet is terrible.
Isn't one of them a fucking robot as well?
The Donkey Punch. I want an army of Gundams, so I say yes. Eventually they will.
Yeah.
Okay. Question.
Oh God,
so apparently found out it'd probably just be a D weapon like the Wraith Knight.
No, it's only a monster, not gargantuan, but yeah, same point. Go on.
Yeah. So apparently found out about this comic book series, Dark Angels, known as the Will of Iron. Any thoughts? Have you guys read it yet?
I read the first issue. It seemed interesting enough. I'm kind of curious to see how the story pans out, so it's a good start. But I'm going to hold out on judging until I've seen a few more issues.
Same here, but I was really, really interested that the Inquisition in the book actually knew about the Chaos Dark Angels, but they kept their mouths shut. I want to know why.
Because they're renegade, not just pure chaos.
Yes.
So even the Inquisition isn't absolutely mentally retarded.
Well, most of the Inquisition are. Not all
most of them are, but not all of them.
No, you get a couple of good ones like Inquisitor.
Ooh, this is a good question. I really like this one. So remember last week when we talked about like if we visited the 40K universe and didn't immediately die?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. As a follow-up to the visit of the 40K universe, if you could have any one piece of technology from 40K, what would you have?
Oh my god.
That is a tough question.
Oh my god.
And I mean any piece of tech. I would take a freaking Night Titan. I'm not going to lie. I would learn how to pilot a Night Titan. I would take a Knight.
I'm going to go slightly against the grain. I'm going to say either a stealth suit, like an XV-25, an XV95, or maybe an XV8 if I fancy kicking someone in the face.
Can I just take the Planet Killer starship?
Apparently, yes. It says piece of tech.
I'll take the Planet Killer.
I would
I'm
personally
gonna
go with a
assume-
Necron Tesseract, just because. Ha! Welcome to not existing.
Okay,
Welcome to-
I'm gonna focus this question a little bit.
Okay.
Weapon, handheld, assuming you have full knowledge on how to use it and you can wield it. What would it be?
Well, rip the Dawnblade. That's way too big.
No. It's assuming that it matches your size at that point.
Yeah, so you've scaled down or you've scaled up.
Yeah.
Okay. Ooh. Give me a minute.
I would go. Was this melee weapon or projectile? as
Any
well?
type of handheld weapon.
Assuming it's scaled down or otherwise retrofitted to fit me as a person.
Yes.
That's a tough one. I would
Draconian.
go with a Psycannon Bolter,
Ooh.
just so I
A
could be like,
Psycannon Bolter and Dracneon, I heard from Remleiz.
I heard a Drachny in there, yeah. Admittedly, actually, yeah, Drachny's a really good egg because no one could steal it.
And you can
because,
talk
like-
to it too. You can keep you company when you're bored.
Yeah, because the beauty of Drachnian is that it's attuned to the wielder. The tune's the wrong word, but if anyone tries to pick it up, then their hand goes right through it. That it just becomes like shadow, and then they die instantly. So
whoops! Ah!
I would take either the soul-sucking sword or a soul-sucking sword. I would take a bone sword. Like, just flat-out bone saber.
But why would you take a soul-sucking sword if you could have the Dawnblade, which is a life force-sucking sword that makes you live for even longer?
Well, so does the bone sword, the bone saber.
Except
Oh no! That's the Doom. Never mind. Yeah, I would take the Dawnblade.
Okay.
Yeah. I'd have to.
Oh God, I don't know enough about the flipping law.
About
I don't
what?
know what the West.
Just
I-
wing it. Pick something.
What's Lysander's hammer and shield? Oh, she's got a normal shield. I kind of like Lysander's hammer.
Oh, you'd have to get it back from the Blood Ravens.
Oh, the Blood Ravens.
Borrow it back from them.
Lock the reliquary.
Wait,
Oh
the,
my God.
the Blood Ravens had the Fist of Dawn?
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah, they do.
Then what the fuck is Lysander carrying around?
Shut up.
Maybe he
Not
got
the
it
Fist
back.
of Dawn, but they say it is.
It's his other fist.
I'm
Well,
not-
that's not
no.
hanging from his arm.
I was so tempted to go there, but I didn't. Yeah.
Here's a question for you all. What would you do? What would a spin-off of 40K that is TTS canon
Oh God.
would look like in your eyes? I actually think TTS is doing it perfectly.
Hmm.
Like,
Like
I
the
can't
idea-
really comment on it because I like the way they're doing it. So it would be exactly the same.
The
Yeah,
amount
like-
of discussion that goes into Alpha and like Failsnake and the like, talking about sorting out the lore on that and deciding how things.
Yeah,
Systems
I'm going to
are
leave
made
that to
in
them
class.
because
Yeah,
that would
like-
confuse Zinch.
Yep.
Yeah,
People still
I
think
look at-
I'm Zinch for some reason, even though I'm not.
Oh
You
yeah,
totally
the
would
whole
fall
like
asleep.
clearly he's Zinch.
It's like, no, I'm just me, the guy who wants to have sex with a toaster, apparently.
Hey,
Yeah,
that's
I dre-
my joke.
yeah. I dread to think what would happen if Alpha decided to approach Alexis and Castus, because I'm still waiting for the cheesy animated holovid series with Farsight, and I think that might be my moment. but-
Ah, if he does that, if he actually does that, I swear to God, I will carry that as the series and just animate it for him because I've been
Okay.
spaceman up to this point.
Hang on a minute, you went very quiet there. I didn't hear that.
I've been doing Spacebook up until recently,
Alright.
so
I
But yeah,
love the Facebook sequences, they're just so good.
Yeah.
it's like.
But
an
Alpha,
episode
if you
of
are wanting to
Land.
do but Alpha, if you want to do the cheesy animated holovid series with Farsight, just give me a nod.
If you need yourself a crazy heretic, I'm your girl. Anyway,
Anyway,
What do you think would happen if a new race appeared in the 40K universe that worshipped the Emperor? This already actually happened. It was the Book of Rose by the Sisters of Battle. Yeah, it already did happen. It was a society of created humans for the Emperor to use, and then they just turned them off at the end of it.
Yeah, but when they still humans, they weren't technically a new race.
It's
I assume by new race they mean something like a completely different alien species, like a race of mole men who go oh, worship the Emperor of mankind, he is our savior, praise Jesus.
Well, I mean, like, our humans can be brought into the cult of the Imperium.
Yes, but they're still humans, though, technically.
This is a new race. Like, just flat out new race. I think they would just be exterminated.
Yeah, because I can't imagine exactly things like the Axolotl worshipping the Emperor or anything like that.
Yeah,
if we can get away with, like, literally straight up, like, hive worlders using stolen Tau and Eldar tech, then we could probably get away with a hive world having a human-like but not human race that's just buried. Because, I mean, the things have the Watchers, don't they? Why not something like that? Sort of just a sub-race that is like, fuck it, it's benign, ignore it. Who cares? It's one planet.
I do still get the feeling, though, that if the Inquisition caught word of, well, I don't care if you... Any of it, yeah, then head smash time.
The Inquisition are a bit funny that does that, though, aren't they? Because it's just like, oh, we should purge it. All aliens are evil. Excuse me, I'm going to talk to this alien monkey who's got my dinner ready.
Yeah.
It basically depends on which school of thought you fall into, if you're a Puritan or a radical.
Okay, so I wondered this one, too. What constitute Xenos? Like,
non-human.
A race that is not human. It comes from, I think Xeno is a much older word. Like xenophobia is fear of foreigners.
Xeno literally means alien.
Other things.
Yeah, Xeno literally means alien. I'm assuming that comes from Latin.
Because, like, Eldar are not entirely a separate full race. They can interbreed, which means they are on the same evolutionary thingamajig.
Wrong.
I don't think they're on the same rung. I think they're sort of like, they're not advanced human evolution, but they seem to have a similar enough. Kind of makes me think of the Asari from Mass Effect. Like, they are an alien race that is capable, that is extremely technologically advanced, extremely intelligent, and is capable of interacting. Yeah.
Wonder if Tau can do it. Anyway, there's probably enough. There's enough 4chan for that.
Oh boy! Just ask Kitten.
I had to voice Shadow Sun, which made me upset.
I'm so sorry.
I'm never doing that again because Alpha didn't tell Thunder what we were doing with that, so he just gave him a bunch of random lines. That entire section is spliced. The entire thing is spliced. So it was just a bunch of random lines. I think he had like he's meant to he thought it was like a joke Tau invasion of Earth or something. I can't recall, but then just listening to Alpha like being like, so I'm trying to record, and just like, stop snickering, you asshole.
This question we already answered, but I figured I'd read that question anyway. If you were to propose a concept for a video game centering around an Imperial Guard, what genre of game would it be?
Simulator.
Walking simulator?
Or farm simulator.
Oh, that would be funny.
Well,
no, I would... Horror.
Cool. So, it depends on like kind of what the frame of reference. Like, the obvious is to go down the FPS route, but you could also, it depends on like kind of what sort of trooper you want. If you want a boots on the ground trooper, that's one thing. But you could also play it down the route of the Kassakin, elite troopers, or the Elysians, the Death Corps. The Guard is so diverse. The Catachan.
Catachan survival horror in the middle of the jungle.
Welcome to the jungle!
Or just play Slime Arbo.
Anyway.
Oh, don't start doing karaoke. I had the worst experience on Wednesday night. So after I did my video with Alexis, which is up on her channel, go watch it. I went out with the physics rugby team to their first social, and they had freshers karaoke. Now, I'm not a fresher. I'm a second year. But their definition of fresher is anyone who hasn't played before for the team.
This is so British. I love it.
So, yeah. Bear in mind, everybody else has been playing drinking games and is completely pissed off their heads at this point. And I don't drink. So I'm completely stone sober, and everyone's got to do fucking karaoke, and it's like, oh no.
That was the most British thing ever.
There was no tea. There was no tea, so it wasn't the most British. No, there was just copious amounts of alcohol.
Oh my god.
Which could be a good alternative or a replacement.
That was like another language to me.
Really?
Yes.
Identify what happened? I kind of had to slip away for a second there.
Precious karaoke. That's what
Precious
happened.
karaoke. What particularly went horribly wrong? Wait.
I am one...
Oh, did he die?
I guess I'll never know how the story ends.
It ended with Dean Martin badly.
Oh.
I don't know.
Yeah,
This
that
sounds like a fan fiction. People, post your comments down below. What do you think happened?
What really happened?
Yeah, what really happened?
Is everybody else started doing like party music and singing horribly, and then I just had to get up and pick a song. Like the first one that came into my head was Dean Martin, who's like a singer from the 50s. Was that Shock? What was that? Never mind. But yeah, so that happened, and it surprisingly, I'm not going to sing it because, well, I don't want to.
You don't want to?
I will not do that again. But surprisingly,
you just don't want to.
I managed to get out of it alive. Anyway, I got out alive.
Okay, here's a good one. What characters from the 40K books would you like to see a model and rules for?
Cyphers Kane?
Hands down.
The Doom of Malentine, the Parasite of Mortrax.
Had rules, so technically doesn't count.
They didn't have models, damn it.
Alanius Pius.
Actually, the Catachan Devil.
Just the Catachan Devil.
Yeah, because I can see it in a Kill Team game.
Yeah, because like didn't Harker like spend like 20 years stalking Catachan for a devil for a pair of boots, and he never bloody found one?
Something like that.
Yeah, but yeah, Cyphers Kane is the one that first comes to my mind.
Would you like to see any homebrewed armies made canon? Honestly, no. Most people.
Yeah.
Well, they're saying homebrew, so I'm assuming it's their own fluff, and I can tell you, with all the research I did to my chapter fluff, and I have literally pages of it, I can tell you right now that it is a load of garbage in comparison to the actual fluff of chapters.
I've seen some pretty decent homebrews. One really high quality one that springs to mind was Eliphas's Order of the White Heart Sisters of Battle.
Oh yeah, that was pretty astounding, really well written, considering Eliphas really put a lot of effort into that.
He did, yes. I'd like to see that become canon, because that was actually so well done. But there are some others that just come across as being really shit, like, you know, the old meme of the angry Marines, like, no, I don't ever want them canon, because old meme is old.
Why?
What do you mean, why? Because it's old.
Just lean forward and be like, why do you want this?
Exactly. Why? It's just... I mean, if you want a canon equivalent to the angry Marines, just go and play Marines Malevolent.
Oh
God, yeah, those guys.
Yeah.
Because they're a thing.
Admittedly, the Angry Marines being canon would be kind of hilarious. Never, ever, 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 ever happen, because they'd have to actually censor the Angry Marines, and that doesn't happen.
It's not just that, it's because the fact that according to the quote-unquote official fluff of the Angry Marines is that their Primarchs were one of the lost Primarchs, and that'll never happen, because according to Gav Thorpe himself, they're not allowed to reference the lost Primarchs anymore, because Games Workshop told them to stop.
Well, Games
Seriously?
Workshop also told them to
literally.
stop killing chaos characters and advancing the story.
Stop killing. Yeah, they then invented that whole fucking Fabius clone thing, which I honestly think is the greatest,
Yeah, because
greatest recovery ever.
James Swallow actually asked permission to kill off Fabius Bow and his Blood Angels omnibus, and they just went, no.
And they went ahead with it anyways, and they were like, "Oh, it was a clone."
Even though some
plot twist.
characters, like Lucius the Eternal, should be killed off because it's just boring.
Yeah,
Well,
Lucius
actually,
is a bit of a refurb.
The amount of times people comment on my Lucius Law video and say, well, what happens when a Tyranid hits him? If you want to kill him off, just hit him with a Tyranid.
What happens if a Gene
Someone's
Stealer...
going to pick up a Gene and just bop him over the head with it repeatedly. Hit him with a Gene Stealer.
Actually, what I would like to see, if they really want to kill off Lucius the Eternal once and for all. I think they should make a Sister of Battle do it. Because her purity protects her against his curse.
There's a the thing is, I think the problem with the sisters is the lore on Lucius, at least if I remember correctly, is that only a soul with mercy and only mercy in their heart can kill him. Not hatred, not pleasure, not nothing.
So it would have to be two brothers, one of which falls to Lucius initially, and the other one kills him out of mercy. And it's a really tragic scene where he's like, "Brother, I'm really sorry to do this. You're like my best friend." And then like fucking explodes head of a bolt gun or something. And it's just pure mercy out of "I don't want you to be a horrifying chaos demon." And that's that.
Only other
or planetary bombardment.
Yeah, the only other type of person who could kill him would be somebody like Sharokin, because to quote my own lore video, because I can do that, Sharokin told Lucius it gave him no pleasure to slay the traitor. So it's going to be someone who takes absolutely no enjoyment out of killing the arch-heretic of arch-heretics.
Yeah.
One thing I keep seeing pop up all the time is, if Khan the Betrayer kills Lucius, then would he be basically turned into Lucius? And it's like, well, doesn't Khan... He doesn't kill that player, he just does it because it's Khan. It's just what he does. He just goes and like, you get right, time to go to the shops, kill people.
I personally think Khan doesn't actually exist in his state anymore. He's like... sort of like an Alfarius kind of thing, where anyone can adopt the sort of mantle and just becomes, you know.
I actually think I think Karn might be more undivided than people think. And hear me out on this. Karn he's honor. Like, one of the biggest things is Karn is honor, but Karn kills blindly.
There's a reason for that. Karn has one creed. No, Khorne has one creed. Yes, honor comes into it, but the creed of Khorne is simple. Blood, blood, and blood.
Yeah, pretty much.
If
it bleeds, you should stab it.
And literally, Khorne does not care. One of the most famous quotes in 40K, Khorne cares not from whence the blood flows. So he's actually quite all right with you turning around and killing your friends. In fact, it's kind of encouraged.
Sort of, kind of.
I don't know.
Not
I think
really, if it means you can't kill more people, but even if you're in a bit of a lull and there's not much going on, you could kick that and see how far you can go.
I wonder who would make a better champion of Khorne, Karn the Betrayer or Gazgul.
Don't you even. That is not even a confirmed theory. He's not fallen. Please, don't make it for.
Wouldn't the way Karn would be a better suit? Actually, for Tzeentch, because he's supposed to be exceptionally cunning and scheming for an orc.
Except for that dumb book where he was teleported into a battleship with Azrael, and they both just fought like sissies.
I'm going to hit you now. You're not.
What? I've never heard of that.
Okay, there's this book. It boils down to they were both teleported into a room together, and Azrael's like, "Hey, what's up?" And then they started fighting. Azrael got his ass kicked the first time. Azrael kicked Karn's ass the second time. And then Azrael's sword got broken, and he stabbed it into Karn's second heart, which should have killed him. But whatever. And then they both teleported away.
Bear in mind, Karn has died at least twice at this point.
That's true.
Because he died on Istvan 3. He got impaled on a dozer blade. I'm sorry. Rip. And then he died at the Imperial Palace.
Yeah.
That's why I keep thinking he might not be
it might be a title anymore. And not a character.
Yeah. Like, you
but didn't it actually say that Khorne breathed life into his body once more?
Khorne saved him on Istvan 3, and it was supposedly a fight between World Eater's captains. The blood from that fight landed on Khan's body and revived.
So
hashtag the warp did it.
Magic, Satan magic.
Hashtag the warp did it.
Damn it.
Alright, let's see. Let's find another good question, because that was a pretty good one. I hate the Skitarii. I'm not going to read that question. I just fucking hate the Skitarii. I'm sorry. They released 2 codexes for one army. It was just a gimmick to get money. And their book wasn't even that good.
Admittedly, I think they only ever work together. I'll be fair.
Yeah.
And yet we still don't have any squats.
Soon.
God
damn it. Okay. People need to stop calling me out on me saying, hear me out on this.
Bear in mind, you've said it about 8 times this podcast.
I know. Oh, damn it.
The first one.
One of the comments is, Alexis, I'm hearing you out on this.
I know, that's what I mentioned when we did our thing. That's exactly what I was calling out. The thing is, the first one to say it today was actually Remleiz.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm stealing your gimmick.
You bastard.
You're
stealing your toaster.
You stole the heresy theory, and now you're stealing her plumbing catchphrase as well.
Steal her heresy theory.
No, actually, you stole mine.
No, I was inspired by you. I didn't steal it because we use different things, outcomes and shite.
Which heresy theory is this? Is this the one where you try and copy the Neon heresy and fail on it?
What?
Oh, shit!
Savage.
Bear in mind, when I wrote mine, I'd never even heard of the Georgian heresy.
Yeah, I never.
Okay, I hadn't until I had looked at sort of thought about it and thought, oh, okay, yeah. And actually, until like halfway through TTS, actually, I hadn't actually looked into it. And then when I did, I was like, holy shit, this was written by like fans. This is really, really well done.
Yeah, it's better than everything Matt Ward has ever done in his entire career.
It's almost as if the fans know what they want.
Just a tad.
Hashtag Rock Lobster. Yay.
I still yet to read it myself though.
Nah, maybe.
I gave her a very quick skim just on the key bullet points, but didn't actually read the full thing.
Okay, this isn't a properly addressed question, but I really like this idea. I wonder who is more crazy in battle, Cultist Chan or Sister Repentia?
It depends, crazy psychotic or just crazy loopy.
I'm not sure. It just says crazy. I'm going to go with Cultist Chan.
I'm kind of partial to both. Cultist Chan would just probably, because she's aware at this point, and in the official law of non-official stuff, that they're essentially immortal and will rot when they die. So I suppose they just wouldn't be like, use a grenade, might as well hold on to it.
I would.
God, that'd be terrifying. Just someone running at you with a grenade in their hand, and you're just like, are you going to throw that? No!
There's a lot of
suicide or anybody?
There's a lot of real-world applications for that we're not going to get into. Anyway.
Moving on.
Your last podcast, your group discussed the alternative timeline to Loyalists. Get to your question, damn it. You can't write question and then not have a fucking question, you asshole.
Question. I went to the shop today.
Question, and it's a fucking statement. Okay, here's the actual question. Wouldn't having Gilliman as a traitor turn the tide due to the amount of traitor guardsmen, navy, and sheer mecha giga fucktron of support Gilliman could bring?
I raise you Magnus and the Emperor being available.
I raise you Magnus and Agron.
No,
or Angron.
Agron's a Pokemon.
I know. They're based off of the same. They're based off of the same fucking story.
Thing is, Magnus wouldn't be available. Magnus would be on the golden throne, meaning the Emperor would be available.
Yeah, the Emperor would bitch slap his son.
The Emperor would be able to basically remanifest the entire... He pulled humanity together from the brink of collapse on Terra itself. He can do it again from scratch if he has to.
Yeah, it's called the Great Crusade.
He one man the entirety of the human race together. So even if Gilliman was like, I'm taking my support and my serfs and all that, and he's like, yeah, you enjoy like 0.7% of humanity. We're going to fucking crush you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Enjoy getting tyranids in 10,000 years.
Yeah, admittedly, I mean, the only reason that Horus got to Terra, quite frankly, is because the Emperor was stuck on the Golden Throne.
Yeah.
Yep.
Stuck on the shitter, so to speak.
Yeah, he has ended up with Malkador trying in vain to assassinate him and failing.
I feel so bad for Malkador. Like, he was such a nice guy.
Yeah, he was like the only person the Emperor thought was a friend. Like,
because it's a relative, though, wasn't he?
Probably.
That's one theory, anyway.
And that's just a theory.
I'm still not saying it.
Don't even.
Don't push him.
Did the Tyranids win the Battle of Shadowbrink?
That was against demons, so I'd assume no. The demons probably just gave up.
I just imagine just staring at each other. The demons going, well, we can't get possess them or anything like that. They won't worship us. And the Tyranids are going, well, we can't eat them.
The presence of Nids hinders demons actively because of
it also destroys their warp presence. Like,
so they really fucking hurt being near them. So they're probably like, yeah, fuck this, we're out. Fuck this shit, I'm out.
Yeah, because they do actually have imagery of demons being ripped apart and killed and staying dead to Tyranids.
And yet you still get Chaos Genestealer cults, with the Genestealer Patriarch being renamed a Genestealer Oracle and being possessed by greater demons.
Because reasons.
Well, that's because he
Rogue
has a
Trader
shred of
is
humanity.
beautiful.
Because he's still human and he's not entirely attached to the thing that shields Tyranids from chaos.
The Patriarch
is the shadow in the warp.
Human-like at all. He's literally the first Genestealer of the Brood.
The Patriarch,
started the
Patriarch
infection.
is a Brood Lord, basically. I don't know why they it's a Brood Lord. Move on.
A powerful enough
How come the Brood Lord
Necron
isn't
sorcerer.
in the cult book?
Sorry.
Because he's called a Patriarch.
No, there should be more than one.
Fuck. Go ahead.
Okay, go.
A powerful enough Chaos Sorcerer, could they theoretically take control of a single Nid if it was an isolated Nid?
Well, Fabius Bile has been able to manipulate the signals of a Zoanthrope during genetic modification to make it ward off the other Tyranids. I would assume, therefore, that if you can do it with biology, you can do it with technology, you can do it with the warp.
There was also an instance...
Hashtag the warp did it.
There was also an instance of a Psyker from the Adeptus Mechanicus actually taking control of... Tech Priest with psychic potential, taking control of a Tyranid hive ship. By basically literally...
that sounds like severe bullshit.
No.
That made me hurt a little, just listening to that. My teeth are stinging just a little bit.
He basically linked his spinal cord to a hive tyrant that was injured and very, very sick, and basically dominated its weak point.
Brutal.
That makes Tigurius look like a bitch by comparison.
I was just thinking that.
If anyone's interested in the source, it's the story Heart of Rage, where basically Blood Angels investigate what appears to be a dead hive ship, and then a psychic...
Isn't dead, what a surprise.
Yeah, it's not dead, no. The Mechanicum guy is basically taking over a hive tyrant and basically like, I'm controlling the ship, bitches!
I am piloting a giant fleshy space organ. This is incredibly uncomfortable. Oh my god.
Okay.
And they get nuked.
If Titan pilots complain they can feel every issue of the Titan, can you imagine what he felt? An entire ship, spacefaring thing. He would have felt the cold void of space on his extended skin.
He would feel like he just got a really bad case of lice.
Oh,
I have to wonder what the fuck the Norn Queen was doing at that point.
Or what any of the Trevagons were doing on board, because they stay active.
Yeah.
I'm assuming that by hacking in through the Hive Tyrant, he hacked in through the synaptic web and thus was basically a synapse creature.
Essentially, yeah.
Yeah. So he would have been picking up impulses and repeating them from the higher up the mark. So he shouldn't have had any control over the damn thing.
Maybe that was the Tyranid's plan.
He did show control of them, because when the Blood Angels actually came across him linked to the Hive Tyrant, he basically summoned a huge swarm of Gaunts and made them all stop when surround them, not actually attack. So basically, look, see, I can make them attack you.
Hey guys, look at this! I am so close to putting a bolt in you right now.
Yeah, there's a Carnifex standing right behind you as well. Try it.
Just try it.
I am not. Oh.
But yeah, that's in the audio drama Heart of Rage. Incidentally written by James Swallow.
I thought it was.
Yeah. He writes everything in regards to Blood Angels, it seems. But anyway.
Oh yeah, I remember this being a thing ages ago, but up to tap is the super special Necron Fun Time Team Friends Forever thing still a thing.
The what?
The Blood Angels and the Necrons basically got busy over some corpses of some Gaunts.
Yeah, there was
the Silent King
Necrons.
actually thought that, go on.
There was some Necrons, and they were just like, "Hey, am I right?" And Blood Angels like, "Yeah, fuck the Tyranids."
Yeah, as far as I was aware, it was the Silent King's return. He forged an uneasy alliance with the Blood Angels in order to stop a hive fleet in its tracks.
And afterwards, Dante picked up the Silent King and started playing "And I" while walking into the sunset.
This was at the end of the era of the silent killer Terminator ripoffs and the beginning of the spooky Tomb Wizards.
Tomb Kings in space.
It just felt
my God.
shocking. It just felt so shocking when it was just like, oh, okay, our Terminators are just cuddling up to the one thing that really should be trying to kill them.
All I can think about is that, like, the end of that battle, they're all bloody. They look at their legions are, like, destroyed. They look at each other. Hey, we good, mate? Yeah, we good.
Yeah, fuck this, and just walks off.
Yeah,
Actually,
the Silent King should have just gone, right, kill him!
Actually, that reminds me...
No, they're both just like, you know what, fuck it. I'm going home. Let's take 5.
Well, that reminds
Go
me
home,
of...
go be it. Go home, go be it.
It's kind of an abstract sort of thing that goes along with that is Malbede, or Malbede, however you pronounce it, the Tomb World. The Ultramarines were having a massive scrap with the Tau, and they accidentally woke up a Tomb World.
Whoops.
And they,
You know, as you do on a Sunday morning.
as you do. And then the two of them just tag-teamed, absolutely battered their necrons into the floor. And Marnius Calgar, in the one thing that he did with any humanity, said to the Tau, right, you can fuck off now. We're going to exterminate this world, but you go first. Get off the world, and then we'll virus bomb.
Was this before
We were trying to
after
fight for this world. We're gonna kill it now, so you might want to leave.
Was this before
No,
after
it's like-
that incident with Kata Zakaris literally like leaping from Tau Battlesuit to Battlesuit, punching everyone in the face, killing them that way? Or was
Quite
that before or
possibly.
after that?
Oh my God. So I just read that story. How did Kanto refuel his jump pack using Tau tech? I'm not kidding either. The Tau use plasma batteries essentially.
Or
Like,
fusion
you
generators,
could
yeah.
easily assume pretty much everything Tau does is electric powered, and it's
It's
quite
totally
obvious the
fusion.
jump packs are not fusion. They are literally just fucking petrol engines.
Yeah.
It's just like, oh,
Oh,
I mean, super high tech petrol engines, but they still use
I mean-
promethium as the base
I
element.
just
mean,
remember
two-
something else as well, so carry on.
No, I'm out.
I just remember another stupid bullshit story while we're on the subject of like an entire order of Sisters of Battle being taken out by one hell brute, and it was being like melted, bombed, and multi-melted, and it was just like, no, I'm going to keep on going and kill you all. I was like, the fuck? And it's
How
like,
is this physically possible?
The Four Sisters, they get the brunt end of everything, and they're one of the coolest races in 40K.
sister,
Yeah.
I need your blood for. Oh, never mind.
Yeah, what's the deal with that, anyways? Like,
Matt Ward.
Corrupted,
Matt Ward.
corrupted Grey Knights, maybe.
corrupted
only
Grey
just-
Knights being a thing
That sounds
It
even
has
more
happened
bullshit
before.
than anything else we've said.
makes me upset.
Well, the thing is, when people say that, oh, Grey Knight's incorruptible, it's like, there was a group of Grey Knights who were corrupted by Gene Stealers. If Gene Stealers can fucking do it, I'm pretty sure the Chaos Gods can.
I think the thing with Grey Knights is they're so certain that what they're doing is right that they can easily fall into doing chaotic things without being chaos. Makes any sense?
That's kind of why that's the same premise with the Inquisition. Like the Inquisitors have so much power and complete authority over everyone, including the High Lords of Terror themselves, that they often have to regularly self-assess, like almost like peer review each other to make sure they're not falling.
Hi,
into
Steve.
chaos.
I got that TPI report. Yeah, what's it say? Well, it says you're a heretic. What?
Blam!
I like it.
Oh, and then there's a bunch of questions on here about asking Arch to join us, and I've already addressed them. We have him on the list.
He's on the list.
To be fair, I don't actually know what the content of this list is, but you know.
It's the list of Jericho.
Oh,
Topical.
No, it's the list of like potential guests that we can have on the show and everything, and
Yeah, I mean,
he's on there.
I've got the next guest already lined up. I won't spoil who it is, but the
I'm
next
still
guest
waiting to
is
hear back from Zegram, because I asked him and he said he'd think about it and never got back to me.
Yeah, we're getting we're getting
Doing it.
Zegram on. I pray we get Zegram on.
he's fun. You'll enjoy his company.
I mainly want it because it's Magnus, nothing else.
Yeah, he's actually him himself is actually a really, really. We had him on Upper Hive, and considering how fucking, because you don't see how hectic that show is, he was really cool about the whole thing. Just super chill about the entire experience.
Good.
Like, I have no fucking clue what I'm doing, but he had no like issues with the amount of time we spent, that kind of stuff. Good times.
Good times indeed.
Actually, I just realised Nobody's done the rant of the week, and we've been going for 2 hours.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, I want to get this off because there's a comment on one of my videos that really pissed me off today. Basically, it was my female space marine theory, and people
Oh
said,
my God.
take your social justice bullshit somewhere else, man. Don't take away my Warhammers. It's like, okay, first
My Warhams.
just watch the fucking video before making an actual judgment, because then you actually see it wasn't about that at all. You ignorant fuck.
Okay,
Uh-oh,
I
here it
got
comes.
something. I got something to add to that. Go to the Warhammer 40K group. I'm not sure which one it is. It's the one with a lot of members. They're all named like Warhammer 40K, blah blah blah. Anyway, I posted my Knight Titan, who's painted up as the trans flag. Just read all the comments. Just have fun.
Oh yeah, I saw that. The comment thread got blocked.
Yeah.
Ouch.
Squeezy.
People get really offended. Anyway. Dumb. But was that it, Remleiz?
That's it from me.
Oh.
Michael?
Your turn.
I honestly, I haven't been doing enough hobby really to get annoyed by anything. I mean, I could get annoyed about my computer because it dropped out of my Wi-Fi in the middle of a live stream.
With me on there.
Yeah, you were in the chat. I was like, what the fuck just happened? My stream just died completely. And then 2 of my subscribers decided to basically bully me into going and buying a McDonald's at the end of the stream. I was like, for God's sake. It wasn't even that nice either. It's a complete waste of time.
Buy McDonald's.
I haven't really had that bad of a week, other than the fact that I've spent all week running from deadline to deadline, school-wise. So hobby-wise, I've got nothing to rant about, actually.
White, anything from you?
Not really. Nothing comes to mind. My computer is also in problems. My hard drive's failing.
Oh yeah.
So I
Blew
lost.
up apparently, didn't it?
Yeah. One of my drives is actually like super hard failing, and I'm being lazy. I haven't updated it yet. I'm switching custom overdrive soon, but I had to basically mark off like 50% of one of the disks inside. It's just covered in bad sectors, and it's not worth recovering. But I lost 4 or 5 days worth of a game a day project, which was annoying.
Oof.
So I made a lot of small games in that time, and they're all gone now. And now no one will push the button to win the game.
No.
Have you tried lighting incense and praying?
I've tried everything. I even massaged some oil into it.
Have you given the case of your PC given a ritualistic blow to the side?
Percussive maintenance. No, yeah, I did that.
Actually, I don't think we ever asked this. White, what armies do you play? I know you said you haven't played for a while, but what armies did you play?
Back when I played, which was a long time ago, I wanted to collect Eldar, but I collected them.
Jerk.
It was a long time ago, and I was very young, and I was like, I like the looks of the Eldar. And then we went into this hobby store, and we asked the personnel the good one to start with, and the guy was like, you should start with the Imperial Guard. They're just like the British Army, and blah, blah, blah. And my family were like, great, yeah, I'll get a box of them then. Just bought me.
Hang on, I gotta let my dog back in.
Just like, this isn't the army I particularly like that much, but I don't mind. And I love those Imperial Guards to bit until someone stole them and then started posting them through my locker door in pieces.
What?
And that's a traumatic experience.
What the fuck, man?
Okay, so I had a school-based Warhammer club, right? I kept all of my Warhams in a closet there, which was locked overnight, for all of us to keep our paint. I had to bring them in from every week, which was nice, you know, having their own box. Someone broke into that closet in the middle of a maths class. How no one noticed it until the end of the lesson was beyond me. Broke into it, took a box of pieces, ironically my box, well not ironically, unfortunately my box, and a pair of pliers. And we were just like, oh, they're just stealing stuff. Nope, they knew it was my stuff because they started putting bits of my models in through my locker door. Because there's little fucking...
That's fucking horrible, man.
Like, why are you doing this to me? And I was like, 15? It was really fucking me up. I was like, why are you doing this? Oh,
Yeah.
it's awful.
That's horrible, man.
I kind of get what you mean. We had a Warhammer club as well at secondary school. And we basically didn't have a closet to keep our stuff in. Like, we all brought our stuff in from home every week to play.
That's the worst though, isn't it? Because it's just a pain in the ass.
but we had to keep it basically in the English office, like the English department's office, just like in a corner. It was like it was just like put it as far because I was still bringing in. I think I had it in a Citadel case at the time because I was mainly using infantry. It was like I had to carry that Citadel case for a mile to school.
Yeah.
And walking with it makes a decent bludgeon if an annoying year 7 gets in your way.
As you do with year 7s, you know.
As you know, I'll tell you what, the better weapon for dealing with year 7s was my trombone. The trombone is a massive musical instrument. And when
I know what a trombone is.
No, but some people don't. But anyway, I had a really big, like, proper solid case for it. And it had a handle on the top and a handle on the side, so you could carry it in 2 hands. And it had one end was slightly wider than the other to accommodate the bell, which meant that you could literally use it as the ultimate battering ram. And it was glorious.
I'm going to hit you with this. Don't.
I didn't actually have to hit anybody, but they knew exactly what could happen if they got in my way. So everybody just made like the Red Sea and split.
Park out of my way.
Good times.
Man, I'm still salty about that fucking Warhammer thing now. Now I remembered it, now I'm upset. God damn it. Ugh.
Yes, I want.
Oh my god.
To be
I'm
fair,
upset eating spaghetti about it. Ugh.
Oh my god.
To be fair, White, if you saw last podcast and how triggered Remleiz got, then I think you can understand quite how painful it can get on this podcast. Because Remleiz lost his shit.
Oh god, yes. Thinking about that
are we
fucking
talking?
manager.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
Fat
Here we go again.
uh-oh.
Sorry,
Anyway.
I'm calm.
Good.
Are you sure?
I'm calm.
He's got his
yes.
toaster. He's calm.
I've got my toaster, and I still revel in the knowledge of the fact that I got the fucking rules right, and that fucking fat cunt couldn't get it right.
Whoa! And again! And again!
It's
Oh my
fine, it's going
God.
on my channel this week, it's fine.
Yeah, don't do that next time,
I
or I
won't.
will have problems.
Okay.
On your channel, I'll refrain from swearing too much.
You're on the podcast. I have no problem with swearing on the podcast. I've talked in the chat before about issues I have with people calling me out on swearing, but on the podcast, no problem. Just dodge the C word if you wouldn't mind.
I will certainly try my best next time.
Thank you.
Oh my god.
Out of respect. Being
You're
so
good boy.
calm, polite, and British.
That's immediately.
And
Yes.
completely forget about how that guy was an asshole.
Why drop
Absolute.
the subject? Move on.
An asshole. Fine, jeez.
Triggered. You made me go like Magnus thinking about Space Wolves.
Oh god. I think we should probably best not to talk about the Rust model if we get Zegram on, just in case.
Just in
He
case.
will, just for the laugh of it, he will just start like, Space Wolves! Just for the hell of it.
Actually, I
Oh.
have to ask this for text to speech. How much like auto tuning / voice editing actually gets done, or is it literally that's how they sound?
That's how they sound.
Yeah,
Like,
I watched you guys' live stream the one time. You really do sound just like them.
Mhm.
Like, it's awesome.
In the case of like Burke, like Anchors or whatever, he has this like, hello there. It's insane how good his voice sounds. And it's like, yeah, it's just my normal voice. And he just speaks in it all the time. And it's insane.
The movie
It's just
trailer
like-
rater voice.
It's
supposed
quite
to-
sexy. I'll give him that.
It's not supposed to be that good.
I'm still waiting on lines from him. Damn it.
For what?
from the audio drama.
Oh, he takes a sweet time with projects.
Oh
but
god, I know. He said he would get to me last Saturday, and he still hasn't done it.
That's a week, Remleiz. Bear in mind how long it can take things to get done. It's only a week.
It's
I
been,
tend
it's
to
been,
do
it's
things
been
like
over
the
a
next
month
day.
now. It's been over
Oh,
a month.
so-
It's like he said to me last week, yeah, I'll have it to you by Saturday. Okay. Week later.
1 week later.
Ah.
Speaking of
Oh
that,
yeah,
just
I guess it's my turn for the rant.
Yes.
go ahead.
Well, I sort of canceled the series Ask Cultist Channel on my channel, and like
Mhm.
half my fans are torn about it, and I'm like, I don't know what I want to do with the series. It's getting boring. It's going down in views. I'm getting a lot of hate for it, even though I know everything about the character from the original source material, and I know how to do her. Missionary. Anyway. I couldn't resist. I could not resist.
Sensual in the missionary position, you filthy heretic.
It's the ultimate chaos.
Oh my god.
Right.
Any rounds from you, White, apart from the hard drive?
I think it was the kid in the locker.
Yeah, kid in the locker.
Kid in the locker, yes.
No,
Okay.
but like aside from that, like it was just whatever. I don't know what I want to do with the character anymore. I want to make the cosplay better, and I want to do it better.
I know
It's
that
just-
feeling. I really do know that feeling.
I have
tell you
no
what.
one to work with. Like
tell you what,
everybody's like, "Oh, get this person in to help you," and I'm sitting there. I'm like, "Yeah, that'd be cool if I didn't live in central New York and
They
you know,
live
close
6 trillion miles away.
Well, if
yeah."
you want to bring it to a close, I don't know if you're going to do that. I don't know if if you'll be able to do it, but kind of have your sister cosplay kill off Cultist Chan or like drive it off the channel in some way. Would that work?
Banish her to the warp.
I don't know. I'm gonna do one more Ask Cultist Chan, and then at the end of it, I'm gonna say I'm going away for a little bit, and then I'm gonna redo the series, because a lot of people have given me like really, really good ideas for the series. Like cooking with Cultist Chan sounds awesome. I want to do skits
If I
with
was
it.
to make a suggestion, just do it as a thing every so often when you feel like it, but don't have any obligation to make it as an actual series. That's one of the biggest mistakes I ever made, was deciding I'm going to make a series, and then people being like, "So, where's the next episode? Where's the next episode, White?" It's like, shut up.
Yeah, there's a
Just
difference
do it as a thing
between-
you want to do. Because if you're enjoying it, and that's what you're doing because you enjoy it, then just enjoy doing it.
Yeah, there comes a point between doing something that's popular that you enjoy doing on a regular basis, like I do with my lore videos. I do one lore video a week, but I don't say the next episode of 40K Stories. I say next time. I was like, if I miss a week, okay.
Miss a week, that's that. You know, oh well.
Yeah. I don't know. You know, I wanted to keep doing it because it's one of my favorite characters in the fanfic lore of 40K, and that's
Yeah, I
like
get
kind
that.
of my gimmick is Cultist Chan. So it's one of those things where I'm torn about the character.
Yeah, it's hard.
That's just reminded me of the Wonderful Week series I never finished. I really should get back to doing.
Well, there was a phrase I remember Jervis Johnson, I think, coined it in one of his not editorials, but one of his like little ramble columns he used to do in White Dwarf about murder your darlings or something like that. Like, be willing to literally ditch. I think the example he used was Lilith Hesperax. Like, the design for Lilith Hesperax, that a team like got a super awesome design they were all stupidly happy with, and then threw it away. I completely threw it away and started again. They instead of just like saying, "Okay, got one, happy, move on, skip," they literally went away, threw it in the bin, started again, and it ended up looking even better.
But that's just developmental passing over. I mean,
Yeah, but you can apply it though in like to us doing different shows. It's like you do a show for a while, it's like, okay, this is working and people like it, but it's now starting to drop off. Okay, I'm going to kill it off while in its prime, not let it just die a slow, agonizing death, and bring it back later, healthier and better than ever.
yeah.
Take some time
Okay.
to go away and reinvent.
I could do that.
The important part is never to beat yourself up for something. Your fans are there for the things that you make, not for, the timeline or whatever.
Yeah.
So, they're not going to be like, "You didn't deliver in a month's time. I'm unsubscribing. I'm banning you from the internet. I'm calling the internet police."
Actually, I had the first case of, as Total Biscuit put it, he made a minor law error because I accidentally said Garviel Loken was dead and everybody lost their shit.
Oh, God.
I misread the attack on the Vengeful Spirit where Cruz, or whoever it was that died, and read it that Loken died. And I said that in my Garrow lore, and everyone was like, "No, Loken's alive." I was like, that was the first time I was like, "Oh shit, I fucked that up." That was my first case of
Remember, Remleiz, you need not to curse. Michael's on it.
What?
What?
No, like you
All I heard was
complained
giggling.
earlier. Nothing. Never mind. Just ignore me.
Sure.
And on that note, I think it's time to call an end to this edition of Adeptus Podcastus, considering it's been over 2 hours now, so I think it's time for everyone...
What a wonderful car crash this was.
Just wait till next time when it's a train crash.
Oh,
Yes. So, everyone, this has been Remleiz from 40K.
Honoured to be here.
Yes,
Wait, before
Yes,
he
yes.
signs off. Same principle applies as last time. I'm hosting the next one, and Remleiz will be question master. If you have questions for us and our mystery guest next time, then leave a comment with the word question in it, just so as we can filter the comments and find it. And drop the hashtags, apart from the good one, because, logical things to do.
Yeah. Make sure to get
elder best.
hashtag Hive6X. Need to get that trending somehow.
Actually, if we could get hashtag the warp did it trending on Twitter, that would be hilarious.
That would be. Oh my god, I'd
Admittedly,
be so
yes.
happy.
Hold on, hang on. Twitter, come on. Twitter.com. Hang
Twitter.com.
on.
Wait for it.
Just
Wait for it.
finished a thing with some people. It was pretty fun. Hashtag the warp did it.
You just spoiled who the next. Bear in mind, this is being recorded 5 days before the podcast comes out, and
Nah. It's fine. I like
no
it.
one's gonna know what's going on. It's gonna be great.
we'll see about that. Anyway, so yes, that's all, I believe.
Yes. So anyway, thank you to Dr. White for joining us today. And as always, this has been Remleiz from 40K Theories.
That was good.
Guys,
Alexis,
I'm giggling too much. Michael, it's your turn.
this has been my.